station. Power tools, power tools, power tools. Yeah, you just plug.
All righty then, here we go. Good morning, Saturday morning, June 13th. This is Matt Hibblin's birthday. Matt is the executive producer for most of WIBC shows. He's been here as long as anybody. Curly-haired guy. It used to be brown and curly. Now it's gray and curly. But happy birthday, Matt Hibblin.
He was Dave Wilson's producer, right, back in the day?
He was. He had the most creative and fun laugh that you would ever know. This is the Home and Garden Show. Allison Lemons, Terry Stacy, Jack Phipps. Ethan's in the aquarium over there, but we've got a camera on him today. So you'll be able to see what Ethan looks like.
We have a producer cam.
That's right. I thought he looked pretty nice today.
Didn't he? Like he got all dressed up. Yeah. We're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. It's 844-FIX-INDY. And you can give us a shout, 317-239-9393.
Some traffic notes, if you will.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Don't forget that it is Pride weekend. And that a lot of the roads for the parade are already starting to get blocked off. If you're coming from the east, it's a little challenging because it's all around Mass Avenue, so again, just be aware that if you're coming downtown for something.
Yeah, Jack,
I was going to say
you came from the north. How was your traffic? Okay,
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It told me to take Pennsylvania down, but Meridian was pretty clear when I was driving down.
And I would say if you're coming from the south, 70. Coming up east is down to like one lane, and they have Illinois exit, all that stuff for construction. Hopefully they're repairing the roads.
Is that just weekend construction, or is it all the time?
Now, that I wasn't prepared for follow-up questions.
That's all right.
That's just what I ran into.
That'd be Matt Bear.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, welcome to the show. Pat is gone today. He's on vacation, and
he's on the World Cup.
I know. Did you
what
see?
A game.
I
saw
it. It was really fun.
He said he had to Google the rules of soccer.
I think we all did. But what I thought was so cool, and it's really something that it's like the Olympics, right?
Is.
It's like being at an Olympic game, the red, white, and blue, the patriotism.
Wasn't it fun?
We need something.
Did you see
right
that
now
stadium?
To make you feel a little more patriotic.
Stadiums are just unbelievable demonstrations of popularity, and when you look at how many people were in that stadium.
Yeah,
I mean, they were shoulder to shoulder.
And red, white, and blue. And it was so awesome to see. And the pregame and all of it. And, nobody, like I heard so many announcers talking about on the radio this morning on ESPN. They were talking about, nobody really understands this stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody understands. We're USA.
I remember when Jake Query.
We can all get behind that.
But we can all, right.
Yeah.
We're just loving it.
We're just excited. We're happy to be there.
Watching them run from back. I love the guys with the big white gloves, the goalies.
Think how big soccer's become. I remember when you and Jake were doing the morning show, and Jake made the comment about, only kids who can't get into the real sports go into soccer.
Well, he talked about soccer moms.
And
that's when he talked about soccer moms. But you know what? It's okay.
It is. Well, it's come so far. What I'm saying is that now more kids are playing soccer than are playing football or playing anything else. And I played intramural soccer in college, and it about killed me. I mean, it is more strenuous than anything. Exactly.
I think it's more
a lot
physical. You have to be more physically fit, and I know this will make you mad, but than a football player.
It's absolutely. Football players have strength.
Constant running.
That's right.
Back and forth and back and forth. No protective gear. The two guys that hit heads. Like in the first few minutes. They both jumped in the air at the same time, hit each other's heads, and then just went on and continued to play.
Banging heads should be left for bar fights. That's all I'm saying. That's how you break somebody's nose. Hit them with your head.
It's really fun to watch. They play again on Friday night. They'll be in Seattle, and they play the Australians.
Oi, mate. Lift her up a little bit. All of them's getting
beautiful team. Voted by America, by the way, the Brazilian team is the best looking.
I think I could have seen that coming.
Now, Brazil played in Cleveland this week, and they won.
In Cleveland. See, they're all in these different spots.
Kansas City, Cleveland.
11 different cities.
And the kids that have bicycled all the way from Argentina, 11,000 miles all the way up, and they went to Kansas City. Kansas City heard about them. There were 3 of them on bikes, just not electric bikes, riding bikes, and they came all the way from Argentina.
Well, I mean, in the water? Or,
No,
oh,
no.
wait.
Rode their bicycle. No, you can.
They have
got roads all the way from
boat.
South of Terry. Don't do that.
Well, I'm saying, they're going to be crossing things, right? They're going to be crossing.
Well, they had to get through the
things and
Panama
rivers
Canal.
and
Okay.
right-
There may have
Right?
been a bridge or a ferry. At
Yeah,
some
thank you,
point.
Jack.
Well, then they weren't riding.
They weren't riding.
They
Hey,
took the ferry.
this is the week I have been moving my dear 96-year-old mother to assisted living. It is such a trail of humility. But there are people along the way that have this calling to help you. And I ran into one of those. And I'm going to do a shout out to Jody Lloyd. She's on her way to Cleveland or up to Michigan this morning. But what a lady that just says, you're going to need to do this, you're going to need to do that. She's just sort of put her arm around me and coached me through this process because we're moving everything my mom owns.
Oh, man.
Man. And thankfully, we're just moving it from one floor to another floor down to assisted living. But dear Lord, there's so many decisions. Terry, you've been through this. So many decisions of what to move where and what to keep and what to get rid of.
It's very, very hard. It's a hard decision. Those are things that, especially when you're making the move from a home, like you're the home that you grew up in, and then your mom and dad have been in there for 50 years, and now you're moving into a retirement community or assisted living, and that's such a hard thing to do, to let go of some of the things, because you just can't possibly
so
take
right.
everything with you.
And
Huge downsizing.
Go ahead, Allison.
Yeah.
I was going to say, and well, my experience, the grandparents or parents, they don't want to let their stuff go, so they give it to you.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
We've all got it.
you don't want a china cabinet.
But
gotta
you see,
pick.
I live in a studio apartment. I don't need it.
Terry's
want a
generation and my
grandfather clock.
generation, we took it by guilt. I mean, if
You
our
sure
parents
did.
gave
Well,
it
of
to
course
us,
you
That's why
have
I
to.
have mine.
but a lot, your generation, Allison, you're just saying, I got no place to put it. And so the travels stop right there at that
Yeah, or we
furniture.
open a storage unit.
So-
that we're now paying
Yeah,
for.
because you know
I
what?
had a
Some of that
garage.
stuff is really, it's such a sentimental thing.
And they're nice
You know,
things.
like a
they are.
piano. Like I had got
Yeah.
my grandmother's piano. I didn't want that piano.
But
I
you
got
couldn't
that
let it
piano,
go.
But I can't let it go, and it's still there, and it just feels like her.
Well,
You know?
the
It's
next
like
gen,
them that's
what,
in the house.
what I have found is that, of course, Andy was growing up and he had all these things from band and all the things, and we kept them all in the basement. Well, now I'm trying to give them to him. No,
Yeah.
Dad, I got no place.
We
for
don't
it.
want
No,
that
Dad.
stuff.
Dad, no. Yeah, so
We don't want that stuff.
and
our own
Melissa
stuff.
and Melissa is the same way. She doesn't want any Andy stuff. So what in the world? I guess that's the way it is. Hey, listen, it's the Home and Garden Show. Hey, we got a call already. Can we take a call this early? Let's try it. Good morning, Ed. How are you?
Fine, Danny. How are you?
Good. What you got, buddy?
Okay, I am the second owner of a house. And when I moved in, the water heater and the furnace were basically next to each other, and both of them vented up to a galvanized chimney on the roof. Now, I had a chimney inspection earlier this week, and the guy told, and now the original furnace I replaced with a high efficiency one. So it draws in outside air and releases it at the side of the house rather than up through the chimney. And when they put the new furnace in, the heat vent from the old furnace and the water heater went up combined into a single galvanized pipe that went up to the chimney on the roof. Now, when they put the new furnace in, they blocked off the section from the old furnace. So right now, it's only the heat vent from the water heater that goes up to the roof. Now, the guy said, you've now reduced the amount of hot air that's going up there. You really ought to replace that chimney on the roof proper size for only the water heater. And that didn't make any sense to me because now we have plenty of space for the air rather than...
It's not, that's not what it is, Ed. Ed, what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep the moisture that is a byproduct of combustion. When we make a furnace, we have to have a heat source, and it's a flame. So the byproducts of that
Correct.
are carbon monoxide and moisture, as well as the heat. Well, what happens if the heat is not enough to line the chimney, and it shouldn't be too bad in the summertime and in the springtime and fall, but in wintertime, it cools down so quickly that it condenses, and it creates a water hazard down below, and you'll see rust tracks and everything. So you got very good advice. You need to downsize that to maybe 3-inch, 4-inch at the largest. Right now, it's probably 4 to 5 to 6 inches, depending on what the BTU of the furnace was. But he did give you good advice.
Well, problem is he wants to leave the old piping there and then insert smaller piping through the original piping, and for about $3,100.
Well, you need a second. You need a second opinion. But he's telling you the right thing. Those are called flue liners, and we do that so we don't have to make another roof penetration. But he did give you good advice. But Eddie, you need to get a second opinion.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Are you north?
Thank you.
Are you north, south, east, or west? Where are you located?
Hamilton County.
Hamilton County, Appel, Precision Comfort. Let's see, Larry Howald, Howald Heating and Cooling. All of those are great companies. 3,100 sounds a little spicy, but I haven't seen the job, so I need to keep my mouth shut. Okay.
So you said Howell and who else?
Howald Heating. That's Larry Howald. His father-in-law signed my plumbing license in 1970, believe it or not. And Precision Comfort, which is up in the Westfield Carmel area. And then also Appel, Appel Heating. They're all great companies, all family-owned. Okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You bet, buddy. You have a great day. Oh, boy, somebody's going to get a wet ceiling if they don't fix that. So that's what it is. It's a Home and Garden Show brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. My name's Denny Smith. Allison's over here. Terry's here. Jack Phipps from Allisonville Home and Garden has come down. Jack, it's always good to have you.
I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're going to pull a lot of your brain power. I mean, you are the horticulture guy for the day, and we'll be pulling on that as we go forward. If you got a question, give us a holler, 317-239-9393. It's the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC. WIBC. It's the Home and Garden Show. We're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Always grateful for them. I think it's been 14 or 15 years now that they've been a part of our show. If you need help with water, storms, fire, wet basements, life happens, and Michaelis is surely the people to help you. And they do little jobs. They do big jobs. They put in an upstairs over the garage of my neighbors out up in the Westfield. And they've done some little jobs for me where I just couldn't track down some things. So the number is 844-FIX-INDY, whether it's a disaster or a little job. You reach out to him. We'll be talking to Richard a little bit later. All right, Allison, how was your week? Was it a good week or a bad week?
It was a pretty good week. It was Hammer is out. He took his boys and his whole family to Ireland because his youngest graduated high school.
Ireland.
So yeah, the Hammers are out of the country right now.
Was he gonna
Nigel
teach,
is solo, and
so was he teaching Jake how to drink?
I am
Chris
sure that is underlined.
It's underlined.
I did see they went on the Guinness tour. So.
Oh my goodness.
And then like we said earlier, Pat is in Los Angeles of all places.
I can't believe that.
I can't even picture Pat in California, but
Pat on the West Coast, yeah.
Pat on the West Coast. He took his. I was telling Denny off air. Each grandkid, when they turn 11, Pat and Beth take them on a big trip. That's like the special thing to do. So one of their younger grandkids, he loves soccer, and he turns 11 next year. So they took him to the World Cup this year for his big trip. So
that's so fun.
Yeah, and per Pat fashion, he didn't even know about it until the week of. So that's why we didn't really promote it last week. So yeah, he's actually. He was actually there last night with his grandkids.
Whenever I told somebody that he was out in California and why they were out there, what they were doing, and nobody believed me that Pat was a soccer fan.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody's a family man. Of course he'll be there.
That's a perfect way of putting it.
We're going to check in with Pat tomorrow on the first day
Good.
at 12:30.
Are they
Good.
staying out there? Because there's only one game until the next game that USA plays in is what, next weekend?
You know, it's Friday. It's Friday. Yep, on Friday from Seattle. But I don't know. I'm sure they're just enjoying whatever they can do in LA. There's plenty to see, and I'm sure they're just doing something like that. Or maybe they are taking in another game. There are more games that are taking place at that stadium. So I don't know.
Our number is 239-9393, 317-239-9393. Pat is not here, and Pat is the horticulture expert, whether it's fertilizing, planting, grass seed, whatever it might be. But we got a good stand-in, probably better, but Jack is here. So if you've got a question, 317-239-9393. It looks like we got another call. Jack, this might be you. This is Jacob. Good morning, Jacob. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Good, sir. What's up?
Hey, yeah. So I have a tree in the backyard. It's probably got half of its leaves on it at this point. I know it's kind of battling some adjacent trees for, sunlight and stuff like that, but it seems like it might be something different than that. So I was wondering if you guys had a good arborist in your back pocket that you might recommend for the northeast side of Indy.
I know a lot of customers of Allisonville, even my parents have used Davy Tree in the past and have had good experience. But
we've had them on the air.
Davy Tree,
yeah.
They'll come out and even do a free estimate, which is helpful. But then also Ping's Tree Service. And then, Denny, I believe an arborist.
Max Bigelow, he's a good guy. He's more on the west side, but I think he goes just about anywhere. But you're right to get a look at it. Do you know what species it is? Is it maple?
It is maple. I don't know what particular species within it, I guess, but I was looking online, and it could be anything from like a rotting tree center to some kind of parasite. So I don't know. So I was hoping somebody could come out and take a look.
Jacob, I went into the dentist once, and he said, well, it could be anything from bone cancer to just a rotten tooth. And I thought that was a pretty big spread, you know.
Cover all the bases.
The tree's either going to die or it's going to live. You reach out to one of them, but they're all good. Davy, Ping, and then Max Bigelow. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us a call. There we go. I guess this is the time of year we start to see tree problems. Any chance of girdling roots for something like that?
If it's a mature tree, probably not at this point. But if it's a younger tree, certainly could be kind of choking itself out.
Yeah. Anyway, this is when you're going to start to notice them, and you're going to see all the damage from winter. Sometimes we get what we call winter splits, where the sun hits the bark, splits it out because it warms it up, and then it comes right back and freezes. And that can be kind of hard, but it looks like the tree's dying. Might not be. Let's try to take another one here. Miss Becky is calling us. Hey, Becky, how are you?
Well, good morning, Denny. I'm very well, thanks.
Good.
Hey, this is kind of an odd question. I'm sure you're familiar with the air conditioner units that the hose part goes in the window and then it connects to the standalone air conditioner.
Yes, ma'am. I'm familiar with it.
Okay. And then all the condensation we've got going into a 5-gallon bucket.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, overhead, there's a lot. Now, here's my silly question. Is that water potable?
Probably, but I wouldn't drink it because it's coming off a condenser coil, and you don't know whether there have been boogers or insects or anything on the.
Gotta go there.
But booger is an affectionate term. Now wait a minute, Becky. You know what boogers are on
quote unquote boogers.
Yeah. That's right, quote unquote boogers.
That leads me to my next question. I have a countertop. I've got a Berkey water filtration system. Sits on my counter.
All right.
One stainless steel canister on the bottom, and on the top, the second canister has the charcoal filters in it, and that's where you add the water.
Right.
Now, would you?
Yes, I would. Those are ceramic. I know it now. I know where you're going. You're doing wanting to throw away the water. Yes, those filters are both ceramic and carbon, and they will pull out even microbials. So they go down to the amoebic level. So if you've got a ceramic, is it a big Berkey? BERK?
It's not a big one. It's stainless steel.
It's stainless steel. Yeah, those are really good. They have so many candles. They have between 1 and 4 candles, which are the filters themselves.
I've got 2.
Yeah,
I've got 2 in there. Now
I have seen them. Becky, let me tell you, I have seen the demonstration. I didn't drink the water, but they took it directly out of a toilet and they poured it into the big Berkey, and I saw the guy drinking the water. Now I didn't do it, but I saw him do it. So the Berkey will take everything out.
Well, I mean, not only do I have a hard time throwing away water, it is so I'm on a well.
Okay.
And and we have an aqua system. So we have a water softener.
Okay.
But they recommend that you bypass when you're filling the top canister, that you use your raw water, because the salt from the softener will gum up those filters. And Denny, my water's really, really, really full of iron.
Okay.
And I've had to scrub down the inside of that Berkey, the top part, multiple times.
Well, that's what it's for, Becky. You know, we want it to be on the filters. We want it to be on the inside walls of the big Berkey, of the filter canister itself. We don't want it in our body. So, you know, you're not going to get any sympathy from me. You got to clean the filter,
no,
girl.
I'm just saying I would rather put the free water I'm getting instead of having to go through filling up all the jugs.
You know what? I'm going to look over at Jack here. I don't see any reason why she can't use the water directly out of the condensate to water her plants.
I certainly would, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I do.
Oh, okay.
Until this past week,
right.
that they're getting God gave them plenty of a drink this time.
That's good.
Anyway,
well,
okay,
thanks for the call, Becky.
Good. I've got a whole bucket. I'm getting ready to pour in the top of this Berkey right now. Thank you.
That's pretty cool. Well, thanks a lot, Becky. And Becky, stay tuned. I don't know. We have our favorite pollinators in this world. And we're going to reach out to a bee expert, Tracy Pielmeyer, coming up. So if you've got questions about bees, pollinators in general, we've got tons. And Terry had a bee incident in her home last week. Was it 2 weeks ago, Terry?
It was
Yeah, here we go.
No, we still have the bee situation in our wall. We're trying to find. We don't want them exterminated.
Yeah,
I want them to go to a beekeeper.
See,
that's
why
the problem is getting. You know,
we
it's
can
just
ask
a challenge
Tracy
of
how they
getting
do
a beekeeper to your house.
Yeah,
it's just they're busy.
That's right. That's coming up next, right here on 93 WIBC.
We're here early before they wake up. We stay late. We stay informed. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
We do this not because it's our job, but because this is about our veterans' lives. This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
I'ma be on the next level. I'ma be rocking over that bass treble. I'ma be chilling with my...
I can see my neighbor dancing right now. We are about to talk about some honeybees. When I moved into Westfield, 13, 14 years ago, this lady called, and I was on the Garrison show at the time, and she called up and she goes, "Did you buy the property next to us?" And I didn't know who she was. Her name was Tracy. But I started teasing her. I said, "Yeah, it's always been my dream and Jane's dream to open a trailer park." And we had 23 acres, and I had almost convinced her that we were going to pull up a trailer park. But that's not the case, and that did not what happened for sure. But I will say this, she has become a good friend. Her husband, Tom, is just a great guy. They come over and go fishing. But, Tracy, we need your help. Miss Terry has got a bee problem, and Tracy Pielmeyer joins us right now. Tracy, you are the bee expert, right?
Well, I do my best.
You do your best. All right.
She is the official Home and Garden honeybee correspondent.
That's right. And if she does,
I'm so honored. That's wonderful.
Well, you're not bashful. If you find out somebody's using glyphosate or treating anything, you make the phones ring. And Pat loves you.
There's an important, there are important causes, and then there are non-important causes, and that's a big one.
That's
so
a big
happy
one.
to ring.
All right.
Bell.
So Terry had some issues, and she's going to tell you what her issues were with bees.
They are, not were. They are.
They're still there.
I love them. I love the bees, and I've become, about a week ago, a swarm. There just all of a sudden appeared a swarm.
Sure.
And
yeah.
they ended up then moving this swarm, decided to go up in between the stone of our home, the stone between
dear.
the stone and the wood
Yeah.
on the
Oh, yeah.
outside. And so once they got in and hunkered down, maybe one or two of them will fly out from time to time, but I really am okay with them, but I know that they could be doing some destruction. So that I want to talk about really what kind of destruction, if that's a real
Are
possibility.
you thinking
And
you're going to leave
second-
them there?
Yeah, if they're happy. And then the second part
Terry,
is I would like a
Terry.
beekeeper to come and get them. I don't want them
Terry,
exterminated.
Terry.
All right. Go ahead,
Terry.
Tracy.
Yeah, what is
Okay.
it?
Terry. So we're pretty much at the end of swarm season. Spring is honeybee swarm season, okay? A healthy, robust colony is going to send out a swarm to set up a new location, and that's a wonderful thing. It's a magical experience if you ever get to see one. They're not dangerous. You don't need to kill them or spray them, and there's lots of beekeepers who would be happy to come get them. That being said, we tell people if they're on the house, they're in the house, okay? So once you've seen them on your house, they have found a way to get in somewhere, some loose caulk or some, like you're talking about, a gap between stone and siding. They are definitely getting in, and they're not destructing, they're constructing, okay?
That's
So all
okay.
the ones that you don't, well, maybe not. All the ones that you don't see are actually getting to work putting the place together in between the stud framing or in between, wherever they can, they're building wax comb. Wax is a resource that we can't recreate. It's its own amazing product. And we love it and use it for many, many things, but then they're going to fill that wax comb with brood, living bee eggs and larvae. They're going to fill it with honey. They're going to make a lovely, lovely scent, but they're also getting all that moisture is bad for your home. And so they do need to be removed, Terry. And the best thing is to get it right away because then it's small. If you leave it, you can go on Instagram today and just look at what we call cutouts when they're removing it from a house or a structure. It's a cutout. There's comb that goes 10 feet up, okay? So not only is it a massive deconstruction of your house to get them out, it has to be taken out because all that moisture left in is bad, and it leaves that lovely smell that will draw a swarm next year to come and set up with them.
I wish you could see
Well,
Terry's eyes right now,
now
Tracy.
I have to confess that I think I saw them there last summer.
Okay, and don't feel bad because we have a Google number for our bee club here in Hamilton County, and I take these calls all the time, and there are plenty of really nice people that say we knew they were there, but it's really got to be dealt with. Well, now the saws are bigger and the drywall remover is bigger. I will say nowadays the beekeeper can come in with a infrared camera and they can find exactly where they are and how big they are before they ever make a cut.
That's good.
Okay?
That's good
But
news.
it is good news, and it's helpful for everybody, right? But a couple caveats about guys who do cutouts. Number one, they're not free, and they shouldn't be because it's their time and expertise that you should pay for. Number two, there's not a lot of people that do it, so they typically have a wait list.
That's
okay.
Yeah, that's
Is there a
that's
number
kind of where we
3?
are now because it
And
is going to
there
have to
is
be a
there,
cutout.
there is a number 3. They're not carpenters, and they're not going to fix what they did.
Yeah.
Wow, you're
Somebody
just
else
a
is gonna
bluebird of
have to come in
happiness,
and fix it.
Pielmeyer.
Well,
Can you
it is
for
what
those?
it is. I mean, a beekeeper is a beekeeper, not a carpenter.
Yeah.
Sure, and they're doing
Yeah.
it for free, like she said.
Well, they're coming to
No,
get it.
not
No,
for
they're
free.
not for free.
Not for free.
Not for
Don't
free.
take the free guy. Don't
And-
take the free guy.
No, I
Don't
won't.
trust the free
but
guy.
But then, and just this for those of us that are in this situation, what kind of money are you talking about when it comes to a
You know,
cutout and having them removed
okay.
by a beekeeper?
Well, sure. And of course, every situation is completely different. Does he have to climb an extension ladder and get up on your chimney, or are we talking about a ground floor bedroom or a shed, they're under the floor of your garden shed? That is very common. So every situation is going to be totally different. Honestly, I don't even know if it's an hourly rate or a flat fee. I couldn't tell you. My one guy that I recommend down in Indianapolis, way too much, like his wait list is long. It used to be $400, but I don't know if that's his current rate. I just send out his number and pray for him. But he's a good guy in that he does take them home, sets them up in colonies. He actually got a swarm at the Motor Speedway on race day.
Oh, I saw that. That's the guy.
Yeah,
we know that guy.
Yeah,
I
Ross,
think it's
Ross
great.
Harding.
Yeah, it's again. Tell his name again is
Ross Harding.
Ross Harding. I think that's awesome, and we've seen the process because 2 houses down, they had their removal a couple of years ago, and we saw the cutout and how really it's amazing to watch how they remove them. Again, expensive,
well,
but
they
lots
have
of
bee
care.
vacuums now. They can vacuum them out.
Yep, that's
so
what they did.
It's not like they're loose in your house. And so there's lots of ways to do it. But what I'd really like to know, Terry, is who in your area is raising these bees? Because somewhere in a 2-mile radius, somebody's raising bees.
Well, and I think that's awesome. We do have a couple of beekeepers. Most of but I will tell you, the bee families, the colonies, died over this past extreme cold winter. So most of them don't have those bees anymore. But then this swarm came and.
Tracy,
kind of sad about having them say goodbye.
Before we let you go, Tracy, if people need more information, you've always been good at directing people. Where do they go for information?
Okay, thebeekeepersofindiana.com, thebeekeepersofindiana.com has a list of people who do cutouts. Okay, so you can start there. There's tons of local clubs around the state of Indiana that you could contact a local beekeeping club. There's a Facebook page called Central Indiana Beekeepers that I think you can freely post without joining it and just say, hey, I think I have a problem. Is there someone who can come out?
All right.
So try that. But here's what you don't do. Don't spray anything on them. No beekeeper wants to come and clean it up after you kill them.
All right. So one more thing. I know you're an inventor, and for many moons, I had one of your inventions up in my loft of the barn.
Yeah.
You do something called the Hive Butler. So for beekeepers, tell them what the Hive Butler is, because I was a beekeeper when I was a kid, and I would have died to have had something like this. What is it?
So the Hive Butler was born from a frustrated beginner beekeeper. It is a food-grade, BPA-free plastic tote designed for Langstroth beekeeping, which is the most common form of beekeeping. You all see the white boxes. So it's just a tote to make the beekeeper's life easier, to bring in your honey, to hold it in a clean box until you're ready to extract. Also for use in the bee yard, collecting swarms, taking them home, protecting your queen. TheHiveButler.com. We are selling it nationally, so very happy. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Tracy, thanks as always. And
thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, tell your pop he can
You're
come over.
so welcome.
Tell your pop to come over and go fishing again, okay?
I will do that tomorrow, Denny. It's his 85th birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Chucky.
That.
Oh, that's great.
We're going to the Speedway Museum today. So,
good for you.
I'll tell
Tracy Peelmeyer, my neighbor, Westfield, Indiana. Thank you for everything. You're the best.
You're very welcome.
There we go.
Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, that's Tracy Peelmeyer. She has always been helpful. She can be opinionated. I like it with opinionated women. My neighbor is an opinionated woman, and if something's wrong, she'll stand up for it, and I love that. All right, when we come back, we'll be taking some phone calls. You're listening to the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC.
Everybody wants the same old things. Tell me, what will it bring, my friend? I'm tired of being.
You know, when the mics go off in studio, I hear the greatest stories. Terry Stacy is a bee attractant. I mean, if you want to gather bees, but you want to tell the story about the ground bees now?
A couple of summers ago, I was outside with the dog in the backyard, and we were playing, and all of a sudden, I felt all of this, the bees, like I could see them coming up from the ground, and the dog ran to the door. They had gotten into my pants and up my shirt, and they were
that's scary.
They weren't stinging me. They really weren't stinging me.
They were just buzzing?
Were just buzzing all around and stuck.
Dear
They were
Lord.
trapped in my clothes, and I really didn't know if they would sting me. And I just panicked and ran to the house and started taking off my clothes and screaming. And David's, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And then the bees came out of my pants into the house.
And then what
now, these
David
were
say after that?
these big black bumblebees, or were these yellow jackets?
These are more like they were more like a bumblebee that doesn't sting
Yeah.
you. It was more like those kind, a good size,
Got your
very
attention?
loud, and we had been. I didn't even know there was such a thing as like ground bees.
I am
And,
laughing at you,
holy
not with you.
cow.
I am laughing at you.
Well, it was
You are
I mean, it
ripping
was
off your
really
clothes in front of your
scary.
husband.
You would have
You
to.
know?
Yeah,
I mean,
but David says, "What's wrong?" That's the wrong
I mean,
question.
He's
thinking Terry right now.
Yeah, that's exactly, Jack. Yeah, two different responses.
Anyway, I know a lot of people are allergic to them like you are.
Yeah.
And I guess I've just been really lucky that I'm not allergic to them, because you remember as a kid, I never wore shoes and was stung all the time.
You know,
And to know that then the bee would die after it stung you.
I know.
yeah, but that's not all. Just honeybees. Honeybees have a barb. Most
Yeah.
other bees have a straight one, so they can sting you multiple times.
Oh.
But a honeybee can only sting you once.
Because it's part of its body.
Right. You know, for those of us who are allergic to it, I found out I was allergic to it when I was 14 years old, and I went to the allergist, and of course, I'm sitting there waiting to go in, and they found out that I'm allergic to bee stings. So this big nurse comes to the doorway, and she goes, "Dennis Smith." I raised my hand. My mom's right beside me. She goes, "Take off your pants." And the room's full, and I go,
Take off your
"Mom?"
pants right there?
Right. And I said, "Mom?" She said, "Take off your pants. Take off your pants." So she comes out, and she's got this hypodermic needle, and she shows me how to give myself a shot in my leg, which I did.
In front of everybody?
In front of everybody. And then she says, "Come with me." And she goes, "Mrs. Smith, you can come too." So my mom comes in. As soon as the door shut, she goes, I'm sorry. You have to be able to take off your pants and give yourself a shot no matter where you are. This was your first. I thought that was really scary for me, but then once she explained it,
Yeah.
You
I got
realize
it.
why, yeah.
Yeah, but she scared the snot out of me, that's for sure. Hey, let's see if we can get a quick phone call. Jose is calling us now. Hey, Jose, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you guys doing? Thank you for taking my call.
Pretty good. Well, what's the question?
My AC, my settings on my AC, I got a 65, and it doesn't cool all the way down. Basically, it stays 78 or so. So then I call a company to see what was wrong with it, and they tell me that the AC unit outside of the house is uneven, and that could be one of the problems. The other one, they did a test, or they run a test. They didn't find anything wrong with the system, but they said that it could be a leak through the system. And right there is what is my question. They told me that to run a test, it will be over or around $3,000, and I said, "Whoa."
Yeah, I'd say whoa, too. Always get a second opinion. As soon as they start quoting money, even if they've been with you for a long, long time, sometimes you need a second opinion. It could be, if he said it's a reversing valve, what that means is it's probably a heat pump. In the summertime, we want cooling cycles, so we use one condenser and one compressor, but we're reversing the process. And if that's stuck, you might be getting heat from the outside unit. So get a second opinion. That sounds kind of spicy, Jose. I mean, that's really, really high for a test.
The uneven unit, that make sense too, that it doesn't cool down because the unit is uneven?
It could be a lot of things. It could be designed a little bit later. We're going to be talking about air conditioning. Air conditioning in Indiana is designed for 20 degrees difference. So when it's 95 out, it's only going to bring it down to 75. So when you set your thermostat, if there's any depreciation in the mechanical capabilities of the inside unit or the outside unit, you might only get 18 degrees different. But I'm not sure what this test is that he's going to do, because if it's a metering device through the outside unit, you can test that without spending $3,000. Jose, that took my breath away. You need to get a second opinion, okay, buddy?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That helped.
Yeah. Buenos suerte, señor. Buenos suerte. You know what? That's so maddening. We're going to talk about air conditioning a little bit later. Everybody thinks that air conditioning can just cool it down to your thermostat. No. If your design temperature is 20 degrees, it'll take it down to 75 if it's 95. And if it's really, really humid, you're screwed. I mean, it's like you're breathing wet water
And
through
it's
your
been very humid this week.
Oh, my gosh. It's been terrible. Yeah, you know, Indiana weather is like somewhere between desert dry and Florida swamp. We don't have
Within
any
24 hours.
Within 24 hours, that's right.
Yeah,
Allison.
yeah.
Well, it's a Home and Garden Show. I'm really grateful that Jack has come in. I always love to broadcast with Terry, and Allison gets to get out of the booth on this one day and come in and talk.
It's true. Now, poor little Ethan's in the back. But we do have a producer camera on him, so if you're watching on YouTube, occasionally he's going to pop up in the corner, which I love.
So the question is, you were doing that yesterday for Hammer and Nigel for the show. Does it make you nervous knowing you're on the camera all the time?
Well, luckily I have control of the camera, so when I don't want to be on it, I turn it off.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
It is very nice.
Yeah.
So if you want to see what's going on with Ethan, you can take a look at it. Real quick, I want to tell you that there is a break in the Nancy Guthrie case.
Oh.
They have found a grave in Mexico, and they
A grave?
A grave. And so it may not be good news, but that's what's hitting the wire right now.
Oh, wow.
Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's family, and I can't imagine going through that. Guys, just your mom disappears and you don't hear about her.
They
for
just
4
need
months.
closure.
And
at
then
this
she goes
point.
back on TV.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
Oh, my gosh. Well, it's the Home and Garden Show. When we come back, we'll be taking some of your phone calls. We also have the Bug Lady coming in. The Bug Lady right here on your favorite Home and Garden Show, 93 WIBC.
Smith.
Hey, Jarrett, how are you?
I'm doing well, my friend. How are you?
You know, I got sort of a backhanded compliment for you, but a listener reached out and said, Jarrett Lewis is one of the best news guys in the building. What's he doing on Saturday morning? Well, are they punishing him? And I guess that's a compliment, but, you know.
Compliment to him.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll take it. As far as I'm concerned, I am here during the best shows in not just Central Indiana, but just the state.
That's right. He's also Hammer and Nigel.
Hammer and Nigel, Home and Garden.
So really, I've poached him.
It's
and
fantastic.
He's not allowed to leave me.
Jared, we're a little more tame than Hammer and Nigel. Hammer and Nigel, they have fewer filters than what Pat puts on us.
Mm-hmm.
So we have.
I like to say I produce the yin and the yang of WIBC.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, are you a sports fan, buddy? Are you watching the World Cup?
Oh, for sure. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch their match last night. I did see some highlights this morning, but off to a good start, it looks like. And I saw a lot of people who, I'm kind of in this category, I think, too, where it's like, hey, soccer people, can you tell me, is the U.S. team really good this year, or is Paraguay not so good? So
I haven't heard.
What can you tell me?
We are probably going to win our group. We are favored to win our group. But to say we are favored to win the World Cup is a very false statement.
How many groups are there, Ethan? Are there 6 groups?
There's a lot.
There's more than that.
There's a lot more than that.
There's a good amount
maybe?
of groups. I do know I'm kind of a betting fellow, so I can speak from that half.
Okay.
And if you know anything about betting odds, when I checked last night before the USA game, U.S. was plus 5,500 to win the World Series.
55
or the World
to 1.
Cup, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
So pretty big odds.
You know, I have to say though, I feel like the fans were such a big part of that win.
My gosh.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was so cool to watch. I just loved it. It was red, white, and blue everywhere, and patriotic, and it just felt like everybody was, you know, it was like an Olympics game or something. So this is pool play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you win your
pool. Your
pool,
group. They call
and
them
then,
groups.
like Little League. You win that
Yeah.
pool, and then you move to
Yep.
the next pool.
There's 4 teams in each group, and then
You
the
play
winner of
them
that
all.
group moves on.
Yes.
Okay, you do play them all. You play all those in your pool.
Yeah, so they'll play Australia next week, and then the week after that, they have whoever is
Turkey.
the other Turkey, in their group.
Okay.
Which also, I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys for a minute. I didn't know it's how you spelled turkey.
No one did. And why do they keep doing that? They just need to change it to turkey with the EY.
Yeah, I thought it was just that with one of the fancy accent marks on the top.
Right.
It's not.
It's like Turkey, or it's spelled so bizarre.
You guys.
It's okay.
Jarrett, we will talk to you at the 11 o'clock hour.
Sounds good. I'll be
All
here.
right, Jarrett Lewis in the WIBC newsroom.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys. That really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools. Power tools. Power tools. Yeah, you just
We were just talking about arborists. My favorite is Max Bigelow from Speedway, and I just got this note from Max. It says, Denny, they opened the Speedway time capsule this morning, and this was in it. Now, this was 1975, and all he said was good old Snuffy. Snuffy was my father's nickname. He was the head, but I'll just read this. It says, a task force of civic business leaders has been appointed by the Speedway Town Board to coordinate development plans. Its members will include the following: Paulie Snuffy Smith, Chairman; Harry Aiken, Speedway Town Board; Harry Phillips, Lindy Division; John McCardle. These were big names. Clarence Cagle from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was on this committee. Aww. Joseph Brooks, Rick McClamrick, and Paul Clark, who was always the AFNB banker. Thanks, Max.
That's cool.
Time capsule.
So cool.
Have you ever done a time capsule?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, Denny. I did not remember. You and I are old enough to remember the bicentennial.
Yes.
And
1976.
I just was thinking about it the other day because I don't remember anything about it. I remember 13, 14 years old. But that was, I think, a bigger celebration than even what we did today,
yeah.
What we're doing today. I think because that was a 200th birthday.
That was 200th birthday, and we planned for it for weeks and weeks. But you know what?
And I think a lot of time capsules were built and put together in 1976.
We did one in 1999 at the plumbing shop, but we learned that, you have to use specific paper. You have to pump it with argon gas to keep it neutral, so
I
it
don't
doesn't
know about all
break
that
down.
stuff.
Hey, speaking of
shove something in there.
Speaking of dealing with
things in the ground,
right?
We got the Bug of the Month Club winner here. Janelle, the bug lady with Franklin Pest Solutions, joins us. Hey, Janelle, how are you?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
You know what? I get a lot of emails. Pat doesn't answer his emails, so they always email me for the show. And they say, who is this Janelle lady? And I said, hey, she prefers to be known as the bug lady, not who is this lady.
We have her on once a month to talk about a certain bug.
Yeah, that's right. So tell us about what's the bug of the month.
People are getting real bugged by flies this month, you guys.
They're so gross.
I know. It's that time of year. So I want to kind of talk about, if you're seeing flies suddenly and there's a lot of them, there's a reason why. And to eliminate any fly situation, you have to find the source. Otherwise, you're going to keep killing adult flies forever. I always, I hear from friends who are like, I have fruit flies and I got these little traps, or like sometimes they'll make their own. And it's like, well, why are you still killing them 2 weeks later? Like, get to the root of the problem and solve where they're breeding. And they're like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah. Well, was it you? Somebody told me that flies do not taste with their tongue. They don't taste with their nose. What do they taste with if they don't have a tongue?
Their feet. Isn't that so gross? Okay, so have you ever seen a fly land on something?
Cool. Don't you remember The Fly, the movie?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
tell you
I did.
everything you need to know about becoming a fly.
I've been smashing flies, and I'm getting sick to my stomach with their feet, huh?
Yeah. So have you ever seen one rub their hands together and they're plotting against you?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're tasting. So if they just landed on, what your dog left behind in the yard, and then they land on your picnic food, that's kind of disgusting.
All right. So we have people that say that they have drain flies, that they come up through the drain.
Yep.
What type of fly is that?
It could be fruit flies, or it could be the actual drain fly. And what happens a lot of times, if you see small flies hovering around your kitchen sink, per se, they're breeding in the gunk, or what we call biofilm, that develops in the innards of your sink guts. And so, especially if you have a garbage disposal, a lot of organic material that slime and that residue, exists there. Even though you might think it's clean on the outside, there's still stuff that lines the inside of the pipes, and that's what they're breeding in. I always recommend
that stuff was so powerful, Janelle, that I'm going to let you give me your recommendation in a minute. But that stuff was so powerful that it would actually destroy metal pipes. When we finally went to plastic pipes, then we didn't have to replace them anymore. But that's a powerful gunk. It was not just for fruit flies. So what do you do with them?
So, there's a lot of drain cleaner products out there, but the products alone sometimes won't even hack it. So I usually recommend a nice firm wire brush and get it real deep into the drain. Take your strainer out, right? Because there's the strainer part of the kitchen sink. But really get in those holes and slough off the biofilm. And that's going to eliminate it. But you also have to think think about things like the sack of potatoes you forgot in your pantry, or, if you've got house flies too, that's another indication. Like, okay, is there a hidden plumbing issue? Is there some kind of organic buildup somewhere? Is your trash can, harboring some kind of slime that you haven't cleaned out? It's one thing to take the bag out, but like, when was the last time you actually scrubbed the garbage can?
I bet you're fun at pitch-in dinners. Oh my God!
Giving us the truth,
Golly.
We clearly need to hear it.
Well,
if we
I
have
think it's
flies
pretty
in our
neat.
house.
If you've never felt that, you can put your hand through the rubber strainer of your garbage disposal with it off, and if you run your fingers through it, it feels like tapioca pudding. So I know exactly.
God.
It's really,
No,
she's talking about using a brush, but you can use your fingers too.
No thanks. I'll stick with the brush.
No thanks. Well, it's like I used to tell people, like, it's like changing your baby's diaper. If you get the mushy stuff, you're where you need to be.
Oh my goodness!
So there you
Stop
go.
it.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you guys treat them? First of all, do you use a pesticide? What do you use?
Oftentimes not, because it's a matter of just like getting rid of that organic stuff. And it's like, I think the biggest mistake with flies and the perception of that is like, okay, if you just kill 100 more flies, like they're going to finally go away. But like, you could do that for weeks on end. And like, let's be honest, anybody with kids, you've got doors open all the time in the spring and the summer. It's inevitable. But the things to think about are, okay, is there possibly a dead rodent in the wall somewhere?
Oh, come on, Janelle.
I mean,
is there, do you need to maybe pick up after your dog in the yard more frequently? Things like that, So getting to the root and getting to the source is what we specialize in. So if you notoriously have an issue with fruit flies or drain flies, we are trained to get to the root of the problem and solve it from the source.
Hey, before I let you go, I just took a text message. The guy wants to know if they still use fly paper. Do you guys use fly paper?
Yes. I mean, it's effective at like capturing the adults. But again, like you can fill up so many of those and you're not going to get rid of the actual problem and where they're breeding.
Wow.
And there's one more thing. Fungus gnats. I mean, we've had a lot of rain, Fungus gnats breed in the soil of overwater plants.
Oh, yeah.
And one hack for that is just a layer of sand at the top of the soil, because as they emerge, as they're hatching from their eggs in the soil, the sand will cut them and they will basically disintegrate. So moisture is the number one reason why flies are attracted to things, organic, moist things. Clean out your garbage cans, clean up after your dog, and get to the source. That's really the bottom line.
That's great. The second Saturday of every month, the bug lady, Janelle, comes. She's with Franklin Pest Solutions. Listen, you can get a free quote for your home, your business, and they are trusted local pest experts at Franklin Pest Solutions. Notice they say solutions. Well, it's not just solutions, it's solutions that work. Go 800-GOT-PEST, P-E-S-T-S, or visit franklinpestsolutions.com. Thanks a lot, Janelle.
Thank you, guys.
We'll talk to you next month.
Sounds good.
You're listening to 93 WIBC.
Through the souls and hymnals who built these towns.
93 WIBC. It's the Home and Garden Show. I'm always grateful for Ethan Patterson behind the glass. You don't get a chance to see him normally, but now we have a producer cam. So if you want to see, he looks like Taliban, but he's really not the Taliban. He's just a young man with a high-cut haircut, a beautiful beard, a wonderful family. He's our very own Ethan Patterson. So now you get a chance to see
He
what
does
he
not
looks
look like the Taliban.
well, I'm just saying you put the right headgear on him, he might
Oh,
be.
stop it, Denny.
Okay. 93 WIBC. Hey, let's go out and talk to Fulton. Fulton sang happy birthday to me last week on Sunday.
He did?
Yeah, he's got a pretty good voice. Hey, Fulton, how are you?
Hey, guys.
How is it
good.
going?
How are you this morning?
Good.
Good. I'm in Terre Haute.
Terre Haute? What you doing in Terre Haute?
I had to do a competition this morning.
Oh, okay. What kind of competition?
Track and field competition this morning.
And how'd you do?
4th place.
4th place? That's great.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
So,
Have you
yep,
got?
so
Do you have other events that you're running today?
Well, my friend Contra got hurt. He got hurt in the 100-meter dash race today.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm not going to do the relay. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. Okay. You got to pace yourself. Are you up there all weekend?
Just until tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. So are you about ready for a nap? That's a long day.
Yep, and I'll be 27 next month.
You'll be
Wow.
27?
Yep, next month.
Holy cow. You
Yeah.
wear it pretty well. You know, I would have guessed you in your
Yeah.
early 20s. So good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, listen, have a great weekend. If you get to.
and, Danny?
Yes, sir?
Belated birthday to you.
Yeah, well, you were the first one to kick it off. That was last Sunday. You've got
Yeah.
you had pretty good pipes. Well,
Did you have a
anyway,
good birthday?
yeah, I had a great birthday, son. It was just a good birthday from the moment I
That's
woke up to
great.
the moment I went to bed. So,
Well,
thank.
Well, Pat.
Yeah, and I was on the Terre Haute News, so maybe you guys can check it out.
You
too,
on
as
Terre
well,
Haute News?
so.
Were you talking about the competition?
Yes, I was.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll have to look it up. Were you on the
Yep,
TV?
It's on YouTube on my. Yeah, yep, I was on TV.
You're everywhere these days. You're becoming more famous than Pat.
Yep.
He's very proud of that.
Well, we'll probably come to the studio in pretty soon because I have a new song for you guys. So.
Oh, that's great. We would love to have you back in here. We'll talk to Pat and get that arranged, okay?
Fulton, we wish you the best. You have a great competition, and just know we're rooting for you. You take care. That's a very Fulton. That's the Mr. Fulton Mraz, M-R-A-Z. He is a famous young man. Hey, let's get out and talk to. We had some people waiting for us for a while. Let's go out and talk to Marcia here. Hey, Marcia, how are you?
I'm fine, Jenny. I used to work at Emmis. Hi, Terry. It's Marcia Soderholm.
Oh, she stepped out, but
We'll tell her you're on the. Oh, that's cool,
She's
Marcia.
here in
Well, how are you?
So, yeah, Denny, the last time I saw you was at John Griffin's
That's right.
retirement.
The best part
Yeah.
about that is even after 25 years for radio for me and you probably more, we still look young, don't we, Marcia?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm having a big birthday this year, and I look like I'm 40. What are you talking about?
Atta girl. All right. What question? Now, by the way, I don't know home and garden. I don't know the garden stuff, but I got a pro here. Pat's not here, but I got Jack Phipps. What have you got?
Well, so first I have a terrible problem. I just bought a new house, and in all the landscaping, there's tons of thistle that, I can't spray. I cut it, and then I spray it, but I can't spray it because I don't want it to get on the other stuff. So I want to know what the best product, I don't care if I have to paint it on, what should I go buy?
So, Pat always, Denny, I don't know if this is you or Pat that always mentions this, but you get 2 pairs of gloves.
That's it.
And so you put on the plastic glove first, and then you put the cloth glove on, and you're going to dip your cloth glove in your herbicide. Could be Roundup. Could be any of the others. And then you're just going to use your hands to kind of wipe the top of each leaf on that thistle, and that gets it on just the leaf, not the really anything else around it.
It's sort of like snake handling. You've got gloves on. The snake's not going to bite, but thistle bites. And Marcia, you've got to.
Yes, it does.
But you want to protect your hands, so the rubber glove or the vinyl glove underneath, and then the cloth glove, you just dip it in the glyphosate or whatever you want to use. But I will tell you this, you're going to do this multiple times for thistle. Canadian thistle, it is so persistent.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's persistent.
Yeah.
Well, that should do it.
So,
okay.
Well, so I already made a mistake then because I couldn't stand it in my front yard. I cut them all down, and then I thought I would just do the root, but, the stem that's left.
I know.
So it's just going to come back, right?
It seems so logical, Marcia. It really does. It seems logical. And then all of a sudden, you've been bit in the butt. And but Jack's right. We've got to get the poison. We've got to get the herbicide onto the tissue itself. And not only that, you're going to have to do it multiple times. But good luck to you. And
yeah. And then I have one other thing, and I actually sent a picture to Terry versus Messenger, thinking she could show it to you.
Okay.
So again, I don't know what it is, but it's tiny little green stuff that the guy said he never had that problem before. He thinks it came with the mulch because he's got a liner, down and beautiful landscaping. But I have and it's invasive and it's going into my grass. And so it's like, I got to get rid of this before it takes over my yard.
Marcia, don't go out and buy a lottery ticket today. Okay.
I won't.
Yeah, because this is kind of
all these
this is kind of unlucky. When we get mulch that's got weed seeds or something, some creeping crud, what do we do?
Unfortunate. You're really just going to have to spray with some weed killer, and then some type of weed preventative preen might help any more from coming back up.
Marcia, it's good to hear from you, and I'm glad we got to give you all the bad news personally. Yeah, I don't want you to have to read about this. We want to give it to you personally, so that's what we want to do. Marcia,
Alrighty,
yeah,
thanks
good.
a lot.
And
Have a
we'll
good
we'll
week.
get Terry back in here in a minute. We'll get into her phone and see what you've got for us. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Marcia. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that's just bad news.
Yeah.
You know who I call for bad news? I call Michaelis. When I got bad news, if it's something I can't solve, it's 844-FIX-INDY.
Hey,
And
life happens.
Life happens. Hey, Richard, how are you?
Hi, Diddy. Hey, Allison. How we doing this morning?
Good. How are you, Richard?
Doing great. Keeping our head above water. No pun intended.
I don't know. We either get water or we get wind. Now, I think it was Thursday night. These 70-mile-an-hour winds came through, and they were howling. The dog jumps up on the bed. That's how we know it's bad. So, any wind damage this week for you, buddy?
So quite a bit. Trees down, knocking power out, and there's still a great deal of, I believe, areas where the power's not back up. And I think Northwest Indiana probably got the hardest.
Yeah.
But I know Greenwood got hit pretty hard, and maybe even Greenfield a little bit. So, most of the services that are being requested right now are all storm driven or rain driven, and it's just so much water saturation and the wind that you talked about that its systems are shutting down, or people are experiencing water and during parts of the home or business that they've never experienced in the past. And I think it's just a constant pounding, of months and months of a little rain, a bunch of storms, and then it slows down and it picks up again. I think systems are starting to wear down a little bit. But we are busy. We're helping all the listeners that could use our services. And no doubt the weather's driving, most of the emergency service work right now.
Richard Michaelis of the Michaelis Corporation has joined us. Richard, I've always wanted to let people know how long it takes to dry out a basement. Once it floods, you get the water pumped out. Give the listeners an idea of what type of time we've got to get it totally desiccated and back in business.
So we generally will tell clients expect minimum 3 days if it's a total saturation. And it just depends on the product. So the porous products like concrete is going to dry a lot slower than drywall or textiles, fabrics, maybe even wood. So 3 days minimum, 5 days we're hoping we've got it done, but sometimes it takes longer. At some point, if it's that slow of a drying process, we're generally giving discounts on rental equipment because it gets overwhelmingly expensive at some point. So we try to do that 3 window, 5. Are there times we get out in 1 day, 2 days? Yes, sometimes. But if you use the science of drying and top-down drying, vortex drying, you can measure it every day with the grains, and you can kind of get a gauge. Do I need to add more equipment or start backing off some of the equipment? And when I say equipment, Diddy and Allison, I'm talking about air movers, big fans, refrigerant dehumidifiers, sometimes desiccant dehumidifiers, air cleaners, things like that. So adjusting the equipment is really what gets you to the point of total dryness, or I don't want to say pre-loss condition, because pre-loss condition would make it sound like the house or the building's back to the condition it was before the loss. It's not. It's just dry.
It takes.
So you're going to have sometimes secondary damage as far as furniture and trim and walls and things like that have to be repaired eventually.
The best.
I don't know if that answers your question easily.
It does.
But, there's a science to it. There's definitely a science to it. And every situation's just a little different.
I had a client call in once, and he had a moisture problem. And this is the description you have to remember. I said, well, how much humidity is in there? And he says, enough to support trout fishing. And I thought, that's a lot of humidity. So
well, and I've seen it before where I'd open the basement door and look down and see furniture floating in 8 feet of water. And I don't mean this to sound insincere, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's clear, clean water generally, and you're looking down there going, it's a swimming pool in the basement.
See, he always sees a silver lining.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, he comes in his swimming suit and flippers. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Richard Michaelis, you are the best. People can reach out to you at 844-FIX-INDY. We're grateful for your sponsorship, but more than that, always your good information for listeners. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you so much, guys, and have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too. That's a very famous Richard Michaelis. 844-FIX-INDY. It doesn't matter what your problem might be. they really do have crews that can do anything.
And good people too.
Oh,
just you can
nice.
trust them. They're pretty honest. I like them.
Nice picture. All right, when we come back, we're going to be jumping in. Jack's going to have something for us. We're also going to continue to take some phone calls. It looks like we got a first-time caller getting married. Big fan of the show. I have no idea what the question's going to be, but
Love advice.
We're going to
right from Denny's heart.
No,
coming up.
Oh, wait a minute.
On 93
Allison does Matters of the
WIBC.
Heights. 93 WIBC. On Thursday of this week, our very own Ethan Patterson turned out a birthday song that is for the ages. And my relatives in Australia, my relatives overseas loved it. And Ethan has more talents. And everybody wanted to know, was it AI or was it Ethan? And I said, her hairdresser will never know.
Both is the answer.
That's probably right.
Magician never tells his secrets.
There you go. That's it. But Ethan Patterson is behind the board here. He's taking your phone calls, 317-239-9393. And we're going right to Ron here. Hey, Ron. Good morning.
Hello. Hey.
I understand you're getting married today?
Today?
Yeah, today.
Oh, my
at
gosh,
4:30.
congratulations.
At 4:30. That's kind of late to get married, you know?
And may I say,
Yeah.
of course the man has time to call into a radio show during his wedding day.
Yeah.
When I'm sure his beautiful
I just dropped my fiance off at the event center, and they're all getting ready.
Oh, yeah.
For the day.
And they told you to get lost? They told you to just get lost?
Oh, no. I'll try to get through all this, but I'm a big fan of you guys. I've listened to you for years and never called in. So
he's calling in on wedding day. Excellent.
Wow.
I love it.
I love it too.
We love you too, Ron.
Do you need any more flower girls? Terry and I are available.
Well, you know what? God love you. What did you call for?
Well, it's starting already.
Uh-oh.
So we had we had our rehearsal last night, and so this is her third, my second wedding. My first wedding was really nothing, so we decided to go all out for our wedding. We've got an event center, wedding director, over 100 people going to be there. It's a pretty. All our families flying in. It's a big production.
You know what?
And here I am.
Do you want advice? I mean, the four of us could give you married.
Tips. Any. I mean, I'm nervous as heck trying to make sure everybody's entertained. I don't know, maybe some last minute tips for myself.
All right, Allison, you want to give him
like this.
from a woman's story?
Well, I was going to say, Ethan, our producer, recently got married. Do you have any advice as a groom on your wedding day?
Yes.
There you go, Ethan.
So my advice to you, Ron, is absolutely no one matters besides you and her.
Excellent.
Wow.
Do not think of anyone else's feelings because today is absolutely your guys' day. But when I tell you to worry about your guys' feelings, I mean really worry about her feelings, okay? You're going to need to listen to her. If she needs something done, either you do it immediately or you get one of your groomsmen or someone you know, some family to get it done and get it done as fast as possible. Longer she thinks about it, the angrier she gets on that day. So,
bravo,
Ethan's got the
Ethan.
best.
I knew he'd have it.
Best advice,
Ron,
Ethan.
Terry Lynn, do you have something?
Well, I mean, I don't think I can add to that. You know, nothing is going to be as awful as it seems.
Oh, that's
true. It really won't. When you look back on this day, it will not seem as awful as it really. It will. Things are going to be okay. Is this an outdoor wedding or an indoor wedding?
We are doing it on a golf course over here by Henderson, and it's outdoors, and it's kind of crazy because like one of the nicest days of the week, and it seems like it's Saturday for our wedding. It was kind of neat.
That's sort of
you dirty dog, you.
Ethan had an outdoor wedding too.
Yeah. But Ethan's a golfer, and he had to choose between getting married or playing golf. All right, Jack,
That's
you've been an
beautiful.
officiant. You have married people before. What advice have you got for Ron?
I'd say just stop and take it all in. I know my sister said it just flew by for her, but every chance you can, just stop, look around.
There you go.
Take it all in.
To go off of that, all my friends have always said, if you have a moment just during the reception, if you and her can go off and just kind of take a moment to yourselves and really take in the love and stuff and take a mental picture because, like you said, it goes by really fast.
That's pretty good.
Is there a lot of alcohol that's going to be served tonight? Let me ask you that.
She's getting ready to invite herself.
We're paying for the bar, and it's all going to be free alcohol. And
oh, boy, that's going to be something.
I know. We worked on our dance, and we found the song that we thought was the perfect song, and I told her when we were practicing, we've been practicing this dance for months, and we love the song so much. I was worried about we're going to be so concentrated on our dance steps that we are going to miss the song. So we decided we cut the dance steps in half, so we have the last set of the song, so we can just enjoy each other.
Ron, you are a romantic. I like your style.
Ron, what's the song? I'd like to know the song.
I Get to Love You.
Isn't that sweet?
Stop it,
Ron. I'll tell you what the minister told. Ronnie, I'll tell you what the minister told us when we got married. He looked us right in the eye and he said, "It's not so much finding the right person as it is being the right person." And we've sort of added to that. I apologize a lot. He said, "I'm sorry, it's my fault. I'll do better next time." Of course, you need to memorize that as a man anyway.
I bet you
I'm
had to
sorry,
learn
it was
that.
my fault. I'll do better next time. That was Terry's smiling. She knows.
I do know.
It
takes
is my
a while
fault.
to learn that.
It does take a
You'll
while to
finally
learn
get
it.
it. You'll get it.
Well, Ron, blessings to you from the Home and Garden crew.
Yes, big congratulations.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
Make sure you kiss her real nice after the ceremony, all right? Give her a big smooch. Really send this marriage off right, Ron.
That was for me. Thank you, Ron.
Aw.
Wow, did he do that with his outside voice? I guess he did.
I love that.
Oh, that's great. It's the Home and Garden
So
Show. We're going
cool.
to take some more calls. 239-9393, area code 317-239-9393. Text messages have blown up since we took the guy who's getting married today, Ron. So this came from Dwayne. Dwayne says, have them signal, squeeze each other's hand or something to stop and take in the moment. Now, I thought that was pretty good. That was pretty good. But this one came from Monsignor Seattle Joe. I've done many weddings. The advice y'all gave is solid. God bless them both. That's pretty good.
If we got approval from Monsignor, I feel
know.
like we did okay.
I think he's always been very fair with his judgments, both positive and negative. So I'll take that as a positive.
No, absolutely.
Thanks a lot. All right. So we also got a chance to look at our earlier caller, Marcia, who is a WIBC alum. She sent us some pictures, and I'm going to turn it over to the pro from Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. That is the very famous Jack Phipps. Jack, what do you think from those pictures?
Well, so originally we thought it may have been some type of annual weed vine kind of creeping in, but taking a closer look, it almost appears if that tree was a little Rose of Sharon tree, that we have some Rose of Sharon tree seeds popping up everywhere around.
Yeah, that means that dispersal came when Rose of Sharon, which is a very beautiful flower. Terry, you used to play with Rose of Sharon, did
Those
you not?
used to be dolls. We didn't have anything else. The flowers became dolls. The little buds were babies.
Yeah.
Back on the prairie.
Yeah, life on
back
the
on the prairie.
dresses.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
it.
Yep.
I mean, I loved them. These little powder puffs.
Oh, so the problem with Rose of Sharon, people always say, how far back can I trim it down? I said 6 inches below the ground.
Yeah.
So how do you kill it? What should she be doing, Terry? Or not Terry, I'm sorry, Jack.
For the little seeds, I would be spraying, a weed killer on there.
Yeah.
In the grass, I would just keep mowing them down, and they will, eventually die back. They don't have enough energy to keep growing. But definitely a Rose of Sharon, going to see it and something you can easily take care of.
All righty. Well, we need to get to some calls, and we've got one guy been waiting over 30 minutes. I got to get to him. His name is Larry. Larry, thanks for being patient. It's been a busy day here at 9393.
Been hearing some sound advice, marital and everything.
Almost makes you want to get married again, huh?
No, happy where I am.
Yeah. All right.
We had our house built in 1995, and they sodded the front and side yard with Kentucky bluegrass sod. Planted the Kentucky bluegrass in the back. Well, over time, I've had spots that need to be reseeded, and have not had very good luck. So I went online and ordered what was supposed to be quality Kentucky bluegrass seed. Well, it turned out to be St. Augustine, which I found is very invasive.
Oh.
How do I get rid of that without killing the bluegrass, or do I just dig it up and start anew?
You want the bad news or the good news?
Well,
the good news is the good news is you can fix it, but Augustine is almost like a zoysia, and it's going to continue to spread. So, Jack, I'm guessing he's going to have to do a kill and start over. What do you think?
I think so, 'cause it's going to be hard to find something. Nothing will target just that St. Augustine. I think you will kind of have to start from scratch.
Would that tenacity stuff work that Pat always talks about?
They're both grasses, so no.
Oh, okay.
So they won't discriminate one type of grass
Okay.
versus another.
Well, that was my only home and garden try.
It was your
I
Swing and a
tried,
miss.
I'm
Thanks,
sorry.
Allison.
Larry, you might
Sorry, Larry.
do some. I don't know if you have used artificial intelligence like ChatGPT, Grok, or Genesis. If you've used any of them, you might run that past them. Even taking a picture of it, I've been impressed with how most of the artificial intelligence is a language machine. It's a language database, but they are now broadening that with pictures, music, and everything else. So get your artificial intelligence, upload a picture of it, and ask what they might think. But I've got Jack, so I don't need AI anymore, and I'm afraid you're going to have to kill it.
Well, what adds to that problem, we live on a lake, and if I take it down to the bare grass, the ducks tend to make a muddy mire out of it.
Hold on just a second. I hit the
Danny,
wrong
you
button. I'm
hung
sorry. I didn't hang up. I hit the wrong button. So, yeah, the problem with ducks can be done with a laser. Do you have a green laser in the house?
Yes, we use that on the geese. It doesn't seem to affect the ducks as much. It does to a certain degree, but I, in the past, have even put down a solar-powered electric fence, which they tend to fly over, but it did help some.
Larry, you don't seem too lucky here, buddy. Between the grass, the geese, the ducks, living on a lake. I will tell you this. I had trouble with geese and ducks, and as soon as I went to the green laser, now I will say if you can make the green laser flash, you can also do a lot of other birds. So even if you have to put your hand in front of it when you're trying to hit them in the eyeball, the geese go away first, but the ducks will go away if it's flashing. Okay?
Well, I will try. They tend to nest around the shrubbery around our house, so we have.
I like the duck. I like ducks. I like geese. I like swans, but they all poop. And when they poop, they make things slippery for the dog and me. And so I'm not as forgiving as I used to be. Hey, thanks for the phone call. Well, Jack, after you kill the grass, how long do you have to wait with glyphosate? After you put the Roundup down, how long do you have to wait?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'd say check the label first, and make sure you're using that basic Roundup. But I would guess at least a couple weeks.
That's a good point. Always read the label because the white label, I think, is the one that can be it's soil neutral, but the black label is the one that you want to get away from.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. We're getting ready for our 11 o'clock hour. We're going to have some fun in the 11 o'clock hour. We got Brian Wilkes going to join us, and everybody's talking about the weather, good, bad, ugly. And now we've got El Nino coming in. We got some research from the Pacific Ocean, specifically for the Home and Garden Show.
Whoa.
They sent me some information. I forwarded on to the Weather Authority, which is Brian Wilkes, Fox 59, our new on-air partners. We couldn't have gotten luckier with that one.
I do. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they really and truly are. Well, it's Home and Garden Show. Pat's away, believe it or not. He's a soccer guy now. I can just see him with one of those woofa horns. Woo. Can you see Pat on that? Anyway, they're in Los Angeles. He'll be back next week, and we are going to have Slaw Fest next week, so we hope you'll come out to 71st and Keystone for that. But right now, it's the Home and Garden Show. We're right here on 93 WIBC 239.
WIBC.com.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Never better.
Breaking news every morning here on WIBC. We get to talk to the folks at Fox 59, the weather people. And sometimes they're getting abused, and I'm not saying which one of our hosts gives them a hard time. But how would you like to be a weatherman this week? I know you're a newsman. Would you like to be a weatherman in this weather?
I mean, you never know, right? Indiana's, it's always been one of those places where anything can happen in a span of not even 24 hours.
90
maybe.
seconds.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
about
seriously.
right.
Yeah,
about
but
every season you could have in a week.
Yeah, but bad weather, that's your Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's when you shine. That's
Oh,
when
man,
you're like, that's your thing.
That's when you take off your sports coat, lay your suspenders down, loosen your
love
tie,
it.
and get to work. Jarrett, you hang on. We got the pro from Dover. It's going to be with us this time, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Can't wait.
Jarrett Lewis in the WIBC newsroom, and here we go with Home and Garden.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys, that really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools, power tools.
Well, everybody's on vacation this week. Pat's on vacation, but that means we're all on vacation. Allison Lemons, Terry Stacy. We got Jack Phipps from Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. And also somebody that wants to be on vacation, but we put him to work on Saturdays, is my friend Brian Wilkes from Fox 59. Hey, Brian, how are you?
I call it being retired. I retire every Friday night, and I come out of retirement.
Oh, no. Well, I'm waking you
I
up.
like that.
What time's the weatherman's house get up on Saturday? Are you at 10 o'clock?
Well, no. I think Gigi was up a little earlier this morning, too. And so, actually, I got out. I didn't have a late night because of the soccer. You know, the games are going so late, and they've interrupted our news programming.
Oh, that's right.
So I actually got a decent, I think I went to bed like 2 in the morning. So that was, that's pretty good for me.
So what time do you usually go to bed?
That's the second time in the night I get up to pee.
3 in the morning.
3?
That's right, Teddy. That's a lot of information. Thanks.
Gosh, I can't believe you go to bed so late.
What about What about that storm night that we had a couple nights
Yeah.
ago?
Thursday.
Because I was still watching you at 11:30 or whatever time
yeah.
it was.
Yeah, I think I got out of work at about 1:30 in the morning. So by the time you get home and wind down, it's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I honestly, after 30 years, I've seen enough 3 o'clock in the mornings, to be quite frank. And most of them have been on the sober side. And I said most. It's just,
So is
body
it clear
just
or
different.
dark liquor that's in the
it's
the room?
just whatever's still available underneath the cabinet.
Brian
Thursday
Wilkes
night was
from-
a long night though, but I'm glad everybody was safe.
Yeah, Brian Wilkes
that's
from Fox 59 is joining us. Hey, Foxies, I sent you this thing about U.S. weather body warns of record-breaking El Nino. Not La Nina, El Nino. I get it all screwed up, but they're really predicting some harsh stuff for us. Have you guys been following all that?
Yeah, I look at it and I always take this stuff with a grain of salt because a lot of that, Denny, is going to be honestly, this year is going to be predicted that the levels of the ocean temperatures are going to be at such a height during the peak of El Nino. And El Nino it's a natural occurrence in the Pacific Oceans. What is it really? It's an upwelling of warmer sea equatorial temperatures around and then that impacts the way it drives the jet stream and the patterns that are typically disrupted by this excessive heat, latent heat energy. And it has profound impacts on different parts of the world. And it's just part of a natural cycle. This year, or this El Nino that's going to occur, is measured right now to be one of the most extreme on record. 1997, we had a really strong El Nino as well. I think there was one back in 1980, 82. It has profound impacts. There will be there's be less activity in the Atlantic Ocean. So people in Florida are like, yeah, bring on El Nino. I don't need any hurricanes this year. Right. But there's also creates drought and famine in areas that typically need the rain. So there is definitely this disruption. The term El Nino actually came from the discovery of off the coast of Peru. The Peruvian fishermen found an upwelling of anchovies, the farming there. The fish were washing up on shore and they were dead. And it happened around Christmas time, and it was down in Peru, and they named it the child El Nino. So it was around Christmas time, and that's where the terminology came from.
Oh, my gosh, I had no idea.
That is an interesting
Yeah.
story. I had no idea.
So that the waters there are typically colder, but then they were so warm that caused these fish to wash on shore, and it's part of the natural process. But that's part of their life, their livelihood. So that was why, at least in the 1970s and 80s, it's the knowledge, the increase in study on that has been ongoing.
Brian, what's it going to mean for central Indiana? Are we going to have snowstorms? I mean, could we predict out that far based on these weather patterns here this time of year?
That's a great question. Based on what's going to occur, the El Nino will continue, and it will be impactful for our next winter, which would mean less snowfall, typically.
Oh, interesting.
So a drier than normal winter would be more likely the scenario. Now, again, everyone's, okay, it's not going to be as bad as, we haven't had a lot of bad winters. Last winter was one of the more typical winters we've had in about 10 years, quite frankly. This would then imply that we're probably not going to have as much snow next year. But I've seen
You're not breaking any hearts.
No, I know I'm not. But it's one. But that's winter. What's the impact is it going to have on us in the summer? Mm-hmm. Quite honestly, it would lead to maybe some milder winter, milder summer. And this isn't too bad as we sit here with that big break in the humidity.
You bet.
We might have more frequent breaks. We may not have as prolonged heat this summer, but we will still have some heat.
You're the best, Brian. Thanks for taking. I know you go to bed at 3:00 in the morning.
No,
thanks for getting up.
I got up early because I have to cut the grass, so I've got other work to do. So I say I'm retired from one job, but I have other jobs to do today. But Danny, I tell you what, I got the best job in the world. You guys make it as much fun too to be able to talk about the weather every day. I mean, how blessed am I? I do have a question. Who's our bird person? Is Terry the bird person?
Yes, I'm the bird person.
That and
what
bees.
do you want to talk about?
Puppies, kittens. What do you got?
Do you love the hummingbirds?
I know we're probably up against the break here, but again, I think they're Carolina wrens and they're squatters. They keep trying to build nests underneath my deck.
They have a beautiful song, though.
Don't touch them.
They're beautiful. I love them, but you know what? They're making a mess.
Of course they are. They got to go somewhere.
Down there. Well, they have like 5. I think they're telling friends to come along.
Probably because they do remember you. They remember you and they know you as a nice guy. So just stick with that and learn to love them. We all got to learn to live together, right? So you know what? Just some.
Brian,
you don't want to be
squatters.
Brian, I was on the church building committee once, and we had pigeons on the roof up by the belfry of all places. And so the thing that came before the church board was, should we use powder on the roof that was birth control for pigeons? So they actually have a powder that you can put down for birds.
That right?
Yes, it's birth control. And so I still remember some smart aleck on the church board said, "Keep that off my bed sheets." And I just remember him saying that.
I've never heard.
Oh
of
my gosh!
I've never heard of it before.
You've never heard of the sterilant
no,
on their feet? Yes.
I don't think sterilizing or birth control.
Absolutely true. For pigeons.
Hey, Denny, happy birthday too, by the way.
Hey,
very
thanks,
quickly.
Brian. Anybody that can sing to me like you. You've got the pipes. You got the Chicago pipes. And thank you for the birthday song, man.
You got it, my friend.
All right. Thanks for
you.
I know.
There we go.
Brian Wilkes from
Thank you, Brian.
WXIN 59, the best there is. I know he's serious when the coat comes off. He's in there. He's always looks so dapper. He's got the beautiful ties. He's got the nice, shoulder cut suits.
He's a good-looking man.
He's a good. Well, I didn't say that.
He is.
But anyway, when that coat comes off,
It's all business,
stuff's coming down. That's right. Brian Wilkes, Fox 59. Catch him every evening. The pro from Dover. When we come back, we'll be taking your phone calls, including Russell and Nancy, right here on 93 WIBC. If you use Spotify in the morning when you're taking a shower, this is a great song for a Spotify shower. Ethan Patterson is in the booth for the Home and Garden Show. He's running the board for us. We've got Allison Lemons, Terry Stacy, my buddy Jack Phipps from Allisonville Home and Garden. And we've got a couple calls. We're going to get to those. Then we're going to tag JMV, and then we've got Craft Corners. But let's go out and talk to Nancy real quick. Hey, Nancy, how are you?
Hi, Danny. I wanted to thank you for coming and singing on our phone.
Oh, my gosh. I know who this is. I know who this is. Do you guys know what a birthday partner is? A birthday partner is somebody who shares the same birthday as you.
Makes sense.
And you go out of your way to make sure you make contact with them. Well, so how was the birthday? How was the birthday, Nancy?
Oh, it was fine. It was fine. We had got gift certificates for going out to eat, and which is always appreciated.
Yeah.
So,
Do you and Les?
I do have a gardening question. We're going to start with before I sing my birthday songs to you.
Okay.
To you.
Sure.
I have a plant in my wildflower garden that has come up volunteer, and it's called Solomon's Seal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, somebody knows about it?
Yeah, we got
very
Jack Phipps in here, Nancy. So, Jack, so what's your problem with it?
Well, I'm just curious. Did the birds bring it? Where did it come from?
So Solomon seal is a perennial that tends to spread by rhizome, the roots underground, but it also does put off a little berry and a seed. So I'm thinking if you have a little volunteer plant popping up, you must have had a bird drop it.
Bird poop. Bird poop,
Tried and
Nancy.
true method.
Yeah, this is about the third or fourth year for it. And I finally found out what it was, but it is probably 18 inches high and about that, at least a couple, 3 feet wide.
So do you have just the green leaf Solomon seal, or do you have the variegated?
This is just green.
Oh, well, still a very pretty plant.
Right, and it does have, I think in the fall it will have like a dark purple or a dark blue little berry on it.
Exactly.
There you go. Well, there you go, Nancy. Are you going to sing to us?
Well, if you can stand it.
Oh, Nancy, you've got a great voice. I'll take it.
Okay, this is one that I wrote, and you may have heard that before too. Well, this is referencing last week.
All right.
Well, today was our birthday. We are not growing old. Lots of delights and pleasures are yet to unfold. Many places to see, old and new friends to meet. So we're putting joy in our hearts and wings on our feet.
Oh, Nancy.
Oh,
that's
beautiful.
really, really
Absolutely
good.
beautiful.
No, 2 more verses.
Oh, 2 more verses. Well, we got time. Yeah, go for it.
Well, last week was our birthday. What a wonderful day. God gave all a gift when he sent us your way. For you bless so many with a face that shines bright. So we're singing best wishes, Denny, with all of our might. And the last one is, last week was our birthday. So we have thanks to the Lord. His love and his blessings will never grow old. He protects and he comforts each new year that he brings. So stay close beside him, Denny. He's our shepherd and king.
Oh, Nancy, you're
Thank
the best.
you.
You're the
That
best.
should be a Hallmark card.
That should be a Hallmark card. And don't forget, Les's birthday is what, the 15th? I'm trying to remember. He's got
Right. Yeah.
He was
so
always.
I got to cook him something special for his birthday weekend.
He does that. Nancy, thank you so much for reaching out. And
happy birthday.
Yeah, happy
Belated
birthday.
birthday.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
sweetie.
you all. We always enjoy your show. It's filled with laughter.
You're the best. I'm not going to tell everybody how old she is, but she's older than I am, and she has not missed my birthday since she knew it was. When you have a birthday buddy, somebody has.
Fun.
Allison, do you have anybody has your same day of birth? Do you remember?
Not that I personally know.
Jack?
Yeah, I have a real birthday twin.
Oh, you have a. That's
Yeah,
right.
he is a twin.
He's a twin.
So,
Okay.
yes, I do.
So much for that segment. Let's see if we can find JMV. Hey, Ethan, can you bring JMV up for us?
Oh, he's here. He's lurking.
He's lurking. Hey, John, how are you, sir?
Hey, I love Nancy.
Oh, she's the
doesn't?
best.
Seriously.
Sweet.
Yeah, she's a South Sider like you. She's down there in the.
Good. Hey, is she close to me? I'm sitting in the Meyer parking lot right now.
No,
Can
I'm
you
not
hear
going to.
me?
I would not subject her to JMV for nothing. Nope. You've been a busy boy. We've got a new sport for America sometime over the last 3 decades. Soccer put its nose under the tent, and it has just taken off. Are you following it at all?
Is there a hint of coincidence that Pat Sullivan attended that Paraguay-USA match last night, and they had the best performance in the history of a Team USA squad in the World Cup?
I know.
Is there a coincidence here?
I don't
think
know.
it's the Sullivan magic. They have it out there.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Pat is in Los Angeles, and he knows
really is.
nothing about soccer, which, I mean, he
They
might
took his
have been.
grandkids who are really into soccer.
But I don't think many of them did. I would be willing to bet everybody that was in that stadium. I would go with maybe 50%.
They were just there for drinking?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just to be a
I
part
thought
of it.
last night. I was a little disappointed though. They kept panning the shots. You know, Tom Cruise, David Beckham,
Right.
Katy Perry, Rob Lowe. Where was Pat Sullivan?
I agree.
I was looking for that shiny head.
That's terrific.
I agree. I texted him. I said, listen, the cameras are out. You need to be someplace in front of a camera right now.
Yeah, get your Sullivan polo on. Get going.
Hey, John, I don't know if you know this, but if you go to a soccer match in South America or overseas, you might have a ticket for a particular seat, but soccer fans are rowdy. I mean, they are just rowdy. And I'm not going to say they're crazy drunks, but they're going to sit wherever they want. They all go in, and it's like a flash mob into a seat. And when you go to them and you say, that's my seat, they say, no hablo inglés. And you say, but that's my seat. It doesn't make any difference. They take over your seats.
Yeah, well, we
bullying.
gave away tickets yesterday. Did you know that? We gave away tickets to Kansas City on the 20th of June.
Oh, that's
Really?
so cool. I would like to be a part of it. Wouldn't you like to, John? Wouldn't you like to just be a part, go to one
Yeah, I
of
would,
these
I would
games?
go in a second. And I think this is kind of a random. This is like Ecuador and Curacao.
I thought it was
on June
Argentina.
the 20th.
I thought Argentina's going to play out of Kansas City because those three bike riders rode 11,000 miles on their bicycles to go to that game. That's a long road trip.
No, I like it. You know, you get it once every 4 years. This is truly a global event. I don't really get too much about what's going on surrounding it. Like, you know, all these bits and pieces. They're talking about set pieces and, you know, how you have to say it. Well, this is the result, and they're level, meaning they're tied. All that stuff gets lost on me. But when it was like last night, here's what I want. I want lots of offense, and the Americans gave us lots of offense. And I don't want to draw. And it was a 4-1. I don't want my sporting events ending in a tie. Sorry, I just don't.
No, I'm with you.
You still get a half a
Still
point,
silly.
though, John. That's
Yeah. The half a point be damned. I don't want my sporting event. There's a reason why we have numbers, right? There are numbers and have one more than the other. So
Yeah, that's right.
we have numbers on the scoreboard. Hey, by the way, Denny,
Yes.
the Garden Gate
Yes,
is
sir. It's
only
full
about
today.
3.5 miles down 135, and it is humming. It is packed at Miss M's Home and Garden
They've
today.
got the annuals at 20% off. They got hanging baskets still that are gorgeous. They have kept them fertilized and watered. And I think that inside it's 30% off all the interior stuff. So it's a good day to go for sure.
Oh, it is a good day. Now, we all having a good day today so far? Is it
think
better
so.
without Pat or a little bit more dialed down without Pat? How is it, the environment?
It's just different. You know, Pat, when Pat sits in the big chair.
Denny talks more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denny talks more.
He has the opportunity to talk more.
Everybody can talk a little more.
Everybody. Thank you, Jack. Yeah.
There's a little less.
It's a little different, but it's okay. I mean,
But it does feel off balance.
It does.
feels a little off balance, but
Yeah.
we talked to a lot of people today. We talked to a beekeeper. We talked to the bug of the month lady.
yeah, Janelle.
Brian Wilkes.
Wilkes, he called in.
Brian Wilkes.
Wilkes goes to
yeah.
bed at 3:00 in the morning. That's kind of late. What time do you go to bed, Johnny?
Around then, probably a little bit before then, but he had his, and I'll keep this as clean as I can. When the jackets come off during severe weather, I call it that form of weather.
Okay.
Right? Jacket. Okay, let me go ahead and make this clean. I don't want anybody getting
coat
on you guys
off.
for it.
Yeah, I know. We know where you're going.
The jacket is off weather.
That's right.
Jacket
what it
is
is.
off.
Right.
Thank you for not treating us like Hammer and Nigel. Yeah.
Wilkes was jacket off last week like a couple of different times. Yeah.
He's that type of guy. Hey, buddy, you take care. Enjoy the World Cup. It only comes around every 4 years, and it is fun to
It
watch
does.
nationalities and the way they behave.
Are you on tonight?
It
Are you
is.
on the radio tonight?
I am. JB Takeover, B105.7. We have a blast. Only nationwide, all request show you're going to find any place, which, now, guys, we're getting a lot of steam nationwide. I'm getting calls from Florida, Vermont, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri,
so fun.
California.
Look at you.
Yeah, we are all over the American map right now. People want this. And, you people come together over 40-year-old songs. It's really a special thing, and a day and age in which you don't always come together. That is one avenue in which you can come together. 6 until midnight, B105.7, guys, later on tonight.
And if you call, as I have the last 3 weeks, and the phone rings and rings and rings, you hang up, you call again. Just know that he's busy. You're not going to. And John, I've tried to call, but you've been busy, boy.
It takes a lot because I do it all myself, and it is really radio like it used to be, where you were just in there all by yourself and kind of putting together a puzzle piece for a show. That's exactly what it is. So it takes me a little bit longer to get in and around, but eventually I will. I promise. If you keep calling.
What's the number one song request?
Probably Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears.
Okay. That's a good one.
1985. I think it was number one at this time in 1985 from Songs from the Big Chair. That's probably at the top of the request list. And it's weird. I don't know. I think just everybody, no matter what your era or generation, seems like everybody just loves that song. So it's probably number one on the list.
We always remember the songs during our prom and during our wedding. That's the era. John, thanks for everything. Again, 107.5 tonight or 105.7. I still get them mixed up. Yes. Oh, I'll just say yes. That's JMV from our sister station, The Fan. You can catch him in the afternoons from 3 until exhaustion. And thanks for being a part of the show, John.
You got it, guys.
He's the best.
Bye.
It's 93 WIBC.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's time for Craft Corner. I'm Terry Stacy. Denny Smith is running the board. Ethan is coming around to start filming us live on Facebook on our home and garden page. Anyway, next to me is
Jack.
And Allison. Oh, yes, that would help.
There you go.
And next to
Jack's on.
Terry is Jack.
Next to me is Jack. And then next to him is
Allison.
And this is Craft Corner.
And we're just buffering because Ethan's getting the Facebook. Do you need me to put my password in?
Today, I'll let you know, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be crafting with pasta.
And she was so depressed when she started this task. And look at the smile on your face now.
I know, because of Jack.
Yeah.
And this is not your typical elbow macaroni painting that you do in kindergarten.
No,
that's so true. It's elevated macaroni
is.
art.
I think, I really mean it. When I first saw this craft, I thought, well, we can do it. And then I started doing the craft, and then I thought, I hate it. And then I saw what Jack was able to do with it, and I loved it.
Thank you.
We're going to take your basic, these are what you're going to need. You're going to need your oven-ready lasagnas. You surely maybe have a few of those in your closet. You're going to need some picture frames, just tiny ones from the dollar store, or what was this be? This is your
little canvas.
Canvas, just your little cheap canvas. Again, get it at the dollar store. You're going to need your paints, which you probably already have. You're going to need your paint brushes, and you're going to need just some school glue, some Elmer's glue. And basically, when you start out, you're going to take your lasagna. Jack will show you.
And you said it's oven-ready lasagna because you tried painting regular lasagna and the aesthetic just wasn't there.
No, you just couldn't paint on them. But these you can paint on. And so then you're going to just take your acrylic paint and you're just going to, and the kids I think will really love this craft. I really do. You'll take your acrylic paint and you'll just paint your lasagna noodle. Your oven-baked lasagna noodle. Doesn't take long to dry.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
No, you paint your noodle.
When you say paint your noodle.
Paint your noodle.
You're going to paint your noodle, and you're going to let it dry.
Here, hold my
and you can paint your noodles any color you like. And then once you get done with painting your noodle, you'll let that dry.
Jack is painting his noodle pink.
Yeah.
He can paint it whatever color he wants.
It's
and it
your
doesn't have to be
choice.
perfect because, once it
it's
dries.
his noodle.
Once it dries, then you're going to actually chop it up. You're going to cut it up because we're going to be making that into like a mosaic. Those are going to be your mosaic pieces, your little tiles.
Good sound.
Are you showing them?
He's putting the
I love
sound of the
that.
microphone.
Do it again. It's a snap. He's snapping his noodle. Yeah. Once you paint your noodle, then you snap your noodle, then you glue your noodle.
Terry,
it's all
you're
it's all in
right
the
up
wrist.
against the hammer line here. Take it easy.
Nope.
No.
So once you snap the noodle, then you'll glue it on, and you'll make these beautiful. Truly, you will make these beautiful. You'll glue them on. Kids can do this. It doesn't take long to dry. Look at what Jack has created. Jack was the first to inspire me to think
I was
this
given
is
the
gonna
prompt
be
of a
okay.
heart.
I loved
And
that
that's
he
what
did a
we've done.
heart.
Oh, look at Allison. She's got
See?
a butterfly.
And then
you can
Allison got
hang.
inspired, and she
It's
made
true.
a beautiful butterfly. And these guys are just lasagna noodles, and the kids will love them.
Terry,
Don't
what
let them
this
put them in
reminds
their
me
mouth.
of, the colors remind me of Neiman Marcus. Wasn't that the guy that used to do the race drawings? The same?
Neiman Marcus? I don't think Neiman Marcus did. Was it Neiman
I'm
Marcus?
trying to remember
you
his
mean
name.
like
Department store.
No, that's a department store. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's no, I
He
thought
may
his
have
name
been
was
also doing
Neiman, but
some
he,
painting.
yeah, oh well. We'll catch up later.
Anyway,
Might be a crafter.
Yeah,
might have
I
been a
know.
crafter.
He was a good retailer.
He was.
Yeah.
You guys, this is really simple. Again, you're painting a lasagna noodle, you're letting it dry, you glue it, you chop it up into like mosaic tiles, and then you just glue them on in a little picture frame, or you can do red, white, and blue, or
You
you
know what
could
else
do
would be
whatever.
really fun?
What?
What if we were to put like Ron and his
Oh, his
fiance's
fiance's name.
Yeah.
You could date
Ron,
it.
who's getting married today.
And you even have
Allison,
like a
yours sort of
little,
looks like a Thunderbird.
personalized wedding gift.
Yeah,
have all
that's
your
a
guests
great
paint
idea.
noodles.
A personalized wedding gift. This is what the kids. You know,
What
if the
else could
kids
you
did
ask
something like this and gave this as a personalized wedding gift, that would be super duper.
Yes,
But
it
also,
would.
I
Father's
think
Day
they
is
would love
coming
it.
up, so that
Father's
would be a great
Day,
one.
They could do a fish or something.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
whatever Dad likes, which is
TV,
like
beer,
a TV or a beer
Football.
can or a football.
monster truck.
Anyway, Denny's
grill.
Denny's running the board and he's starting to look at the
well,
clock.
I'm looking around here. I was trying to say, does Jack let anybody else paint his noodle, or does he just a one
Jack
noodle
only-
guy?
Just I like to paint my own.
He
You
paints
paint
his
your
own noodle.
All right. Nobody else gets to paint his
Allison
noodle.
helped
No.
earlier though.
Yeah.
I do like to assist occasionally.
She'll assist on occasion if you need help with your noodle painting, but it's okay. If you do it by yourself, it's just fine. And I do think this one's easy for the kids. It's a fun summer project they can do outside. Remember to use acrylic paint, and then you just Google it. I didn't
What a great
create this
idea.
on my own. So if
Terry, you come up
forget-
with great ideas. I will tell you this.
No.
Jane
Oh,
is your
those
biggest
are silly
fan
things.
of Allison and Terry's.
Well, you
Thank
probably
you.
don't want to
She-
do though.
I appreciate that.
She really likes
You know
it.
what? I'm grateful, and we appreciate all of you that watch.
Yes, seriously.
Really, thank you. I know some people say, "Do you like the page? Is that what makes us more successful if you like it?"
Sure. I don't really even know anymore.
Like and
If you
follow
guys just
us.
comment and let us know that you like it or not, we appreciate anything that you say or entertain us with.
Right. And listen, I've come up with an idea. Let us know right now if you, while you're watching, if you like this. What if I put together an event, Allison and I would do called Crafting After Hours? And we'd come to
Whoa.
this building just after you get off work, and we'll craft here. Well, we have to wait till Hammer and Nigel get out of the room.
Yeah, we'll kick them out and then we'll do crafts in
maybe
here.
we have some wine and we craft after hours right here in our building. I'll feed you a little snack or two, and we do that a couple times. We'll be the crafting club.
Now, can Jack bring his noodle?
Jack can bring his noodle, but Jack's probably working too. Maybe we'll change this up.
Okay.
We'll
Maybe
find
we'll
some
do
time.
this on I don't know when we're going to do
some kind
it.
of crafting club. Would
But I
anyone be
wanna-
interested in coming and crafting with us?
If you'd like me to,
If not,
you'd
that's
like
okay.
to form a crafting club, because I think this is
Would
a
it
cool
feature
idea and
crafts
it'd be
from past-
fun.
It's a great
Craft
idea,
clubs?
Terry.
Thank
It's a
you.
great
I
idea.
appreciate it.
It could.
Thank you. I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
Allison has to work till 10. So that's why I thought if we came here while Allison is still working on the board at 10.
that won't be
then
distracting.
it won't be
Yeah,
distracting.
and no distraction there, Terry.
I mean, honestly,
This
it's
is
all
a good time to
automation.
figure out the logistics of it.
We'll Oh, good.
Oh,
With Sally's
Sally's
okay.
in.
I
Perfect.
hope that a lot of you, maybe some of you can. We've got a parking lot now, so you could park for free.
It's true.
On,
This
on
is for
Saturdays
anybody,
and
right? I
Sundays.
can
Yeah,
come?
Yeah.
I think it. Who?
I can come.
You could come.
Oh, just making
Yeah.
sure.
Bring your
It
noodle.
didn't say just women. It can be men and women, children. Has to be late though.
18,
'Cause you know
18
why?
plus.
Allison, I'm sorry.
That's why it's called After Hours.
Yeah, it's called After Hours, After Dark,
There you go, ladies
Crafting
and gentlemen.
after
Our
dark
craft
with
corner
drinks.
here.
and Doug.
She'll keep going.
And Doug, drinks and Doug.
Doug? Who's Doug?
I
Who's
don't
Doug?
know, but it rhymes and it works.
Does
I'll
it
find
rhyme?
a Doug.
Doug the Pug.
Doug Bowles would be great, although I don't think he crafts.
He could craft. Have you seen the
I don't
jackets he
know. I
wears?
mean, he's got great, but somebody's crafting those for him. Okay, thanks for watching today.
Okay, bye.
Denny's getting nervous. We'll go now, Denny.
Okay, we'll go now.
Okay.
Well,
We'll
I
give
don't know what
Ethan a
else to
second
do.
to,
everybody.
to get going.
Thanks, Ethan.
Ethan's going to be dashing in here to grab this mic off of me. It is the Home and Garden Show. We don't have Pat Sullivan today, but we do have Ethan, and you're listening to us right here on 93 WIBC. Want to give you a quick announcement here from the Home and Garden Show. June 30th, out at the Hamilton County 4-H grounds in the new Bicentennial Pavilion, they're going to have a Punch on the Porch, which is an open house. It's going to benefit the 4-H fair there.
Are you punching people?
on. No, punch like drinking punch.
Fruit punch. Drink some fruit punch and then punch a friend.
Yeah, I guess we could even punch Jack's noodle, but if we had to bring the noodles along. But anyway, it's June 30th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm assuming it's going to be hooch, but I don't know. But it's a way to connect fellow 4-H families.
You're saying the punch has a punch to it?
The punch probably has a punch to it. If I know these ladies that are doing it, there's some guys too. But stop by, enjoy the light refreshments, visit with friends, and get an idea what's going on with the silos at 37. Allison, this is really neat. This whole project is multi-year, and it has got foundation money coming in, and they're really going to fix up the 4-H fairgrounds.
Well, that's good.
It's a good one.
Everyone needs to have, every county, I feel like, needs to have a good 4-H
Absolutely.
fairgrounds.
Absolutely. All right, Jack, we're going to put you to work. Paula's got a question for you.
Okay.
Hey, Paula.
Hi.
Hi.
I ordered some saplings off the DNR site, hundreds of them. I had chokecherry, elderberry, plum, persimmon, and I forget the other one. Anyway, it's clay soil. What I did was I dug out about a 3x3 hole, and then I filled that with pond soil and horse manure. The elderberries are doing great. My button bushes aren't doing so well, and I've been watering them a lot. The chokecherries are not doing well. Should I not have mixed the manure and the pond dirt, or is there something else that I can do?
So I'm afraid, so if you dug out a hole and you have pretty heavy clay soil, you've almost created like a big basin for water to gather in. So the few things you named are probably just getting overwatered, especially if you've been watering. Over and underwatering looks almost the exact same. And with the heat we've had, it can be really hard to tell. But the rain can kind of usually lead to overwatering, especially when we get this much. If you can, I may try to pull out those button bush, pull them up a few inches, and same with that chokecherry, just to help with the drainage in each of those holes.
Okay. Shell bark. The shell bark trees, they're barely even putting a little bud now. Do they take a while, or do I need to pull those up a little bit as well?
I would pull them up a little bit. I do that scratch test to make sure you still have some green under the stem, but if you do, I would pull them up a few inches as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You betcha. Yeah, Jack, you're really good. You know, I saw your segment. I saw your segment on WXIN Channel 59, and with Angela Ganote, and they brought over somebody's poinsettia plant, and he said wasn't sure whether it's been overwatered. Have you seen this, Allison? Oh, it'll gag a maggot. Anyway, he picks up this poinsettia and he just squeezes the water out of it, and I bet he got a quart of water out of it. But it put out this smell, and Angela got gagged, and she was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
It's right on the camera." So it'll rot down there is the problem.
Jim O'Brien has a little poinsettia he's had on the weather desk, and they've all been taking care of it. He went on vacation for a week. He had it for like 3 months, 6 months, and it looked great. He went on vacation. Somebody overwatered it, so we squeezed a little bit to see. He thought he had drained it completely.
No, he hadn't.
Still
So you can literally wring out your plants if you want.
Yeah, if they're overwatered, you usually have to.
Well, let's talk about that. Watering right now,
Yeah.
vegetation is under stress. And what I like is when I see people with automatic watering systems, and it's green all around, and you got this one brown patch. Somebody's got a bad solenoid. But that being said, not everything's automatic. So what should we be watching with on our vegetation right now?
So I think if you're seeing something, so we're at the point where if you've planted something, you still need to be watering it every day. It's getting hot enough. So if we have some rainfall, you may hold off. But, you're going to look for wilting leaves in the afternoon, maybe some yellowing leaves. That could be a sign of over underwatering.
Why in the afternoon? Why don't you just check? Why in the afternoon?
So in the afternoon, once the day starts to get a little hotter, we get to the hot time of day. That's when the plants that are kind of showing that stress of too much heat, not enough water, too much water, will start to show it then.
Plants will talk to you. I've got a porch pot. I've got a canna lily in there. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. But what do you call it? The thrilla, the phila, the spilla?
Filler, yeah.
Well, the phila and the spilla all of a sudden start wilting over, and that's my clue.
Kind
I
of your
got
indicator.
get some
yeah.
water into it.
And some plants are really forgiving. So if they do wilt, you can water and they'll perk right back up. A lot of times too, people want to go and just put their hose right on top, just douse the plant. But really the worst thing you can do to a thirsty plant is just douse it, get the leaves wet, because that just makes the leaves way too heavy.
So if it does look overly
Limp.
dehydrated and
Yeah.
limp, how do you water it then? Just a
We
little bit
always
at a time?
Yeah, so I would give it sips and water it at the base. Feels to see if it feels wet or dry. Because if it's wilting and it's wet, it's probably just beginning to wilt to protect itself. And some plants just do that.
Some people will tell you, measure out your water, put it in a watering can or in some sort of container, because when you've got the hose, you have no idea how much water is coming out of the hose. But
That's true.
If you have a container, you know how much water
You
you
have some idea. Yeah.
When you got the hose, who knows?
Yeah.
That's Ethan
I'm
Patterson,
gonna use that.
marriage counselor, advice giver for wedding days. I'm still
And
getting
slogan
I'm
guy.
still getting text messages about how good your advice was. Don't concentrate on anything but your girl.
Yeah, hate everyone else.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Jack, we got a long summer going on. Will we be fighting water problems? Is there a better time of year? Is it all sun-driven that we have to really worry about the water?
It's really all sun-driven.
Sun-driven. There you go.
But to make it easy, make sure you're watering first thing in the morning, and then that way your plants, if they are stressed during the day, you don't really even give them that opportunity.
Yeah, Pat always said that about our tomato plants too. So that's probably true. Well, you're listening to the Home and Garden Show. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to have some more suggestions. I've got a text message from somebody about air conditioners, so we'll go through a quick air conditioning primer so you can understand how air conditioning works and what the issue is. My air conditioner's not keeping up. Well, it may be the design. It may be a malfunction. It could be a lot of different things, but we'll go through some of that.
Also, a reminder, next weekend we'll be at Slawfest
That's
at Sullivan
right.
Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone. It's Pat's baby project.
It is. He hates.
It is grown.
It was macaroni and cheese driven, and he thought that macaroni and cheese was getting all the love, and he thought we got to get to coleslaw here.
It's true. So we have like 30 different kinds of slaws to try, as well as like 5 different entrees.
That number went down from earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually know the numbers, so I'm just
great
kind of
day
making
for
it up.
sure. It's going to be at 71st and Keystone next week, right here on the Home and Garden Show.
You're welcome.
Get your hands off my button, kid. Jack Phipps in from Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. Terry Stacy, who is also going to be doing the first day. Any fun for tomorrow, Terry, on the
Tomorrow
first
we're
day?
going to be talking about all kinds of fun stuff. We're going to check in with Speedway, who opened their 1976 time capsule today. We'll find out what was inside and how you can be a part of the next time capsule. We're going to talk about what else? We've got other stuff.
Other stuff.
Yeah. But really cool. Tomorrow's Flag Day, and there's a really cool couple of firefighters from Hamilton County that have a business, I guess, or a nonprofit, and they take their fire hoses that are no longer in use, and they create these magnificent flags out of them. Otherwise, these hoses would go in landfills, and so they've found a way,
Cool.
and they're just beautiful. We'll talk to them.
I did get a text message from my cousin, Dwayne Smith, and he says that the hole is dry. It might be an old cistern, which is just a water storage facility that we used.
Oh.
A cistern, which is sort
Well,
of
now
like
you have a place to store your water.
Well, now
Yeah.
I've put so much water in there, I'm not sure if it'll dry anytime soon, but we'll find
that
out.
might be a good thing to do. Fill it up or make it to a certain line and see how long it takes to perk
Fall
down.
back down.
Yeah. That's how we test septic tanks, too. When we want to see if the ground is good, we'll dig a hole without compacting the soil. We'll pour in so many gallons of water, and then we measure how much the absorption, how long it takes. Then we know if it's going to be a good septic field. How about that? Hey, listen, before we get back to the calls, I've taken so many calls this week, including from my brother-in-law. My air conditioner's just not keeping up. And you think, well, doggone it, I set it at 72. How come it's not there? Well, if it's 92, the temperature difference that we as design professionals always used was 20 degrees. Now, if you're in Texas, it's 30 degrees because you got a lot more heat to deal with. But there's two different types of heat. There is what we call latent heat, and then there is what we call sensible heat. Now, sensible heat is what you can measure with a thermometer. Latent heat has to do with how much moisture is in the air. So when you hear them talk about relative humidity, or if you hear what the dew point is, if the dew points are in the 40s and 50s, you're going to have a great day. If the dew points are in the 60s or the 70s, that's where the moisture is coming out of the atmosphere. And your air conditioner has to deal with both sensible heat and latent heat. Again, sensible heat is like heat, like which you measure with a thermometer. But it is a sensible heat that is overwhelmed by what we call the moisture heat. So think about it this way. If there's enough, you heard my buddy said, there's enough humidity in my basement to support trout fishing. That's too much. We have to deal with humidity. That's why people always put their dehumidifiers in the basement, because we could pull the moisture out. When I was growing up, many of us did not have air conditioning, and so in the summertime, we were always in the basement. We were playing cards in the basement. When our cards would absorb moisture, I remember putting down baby powder and running all of our playing cards through the baby powder just to get rid of humidity. But humidity is a bigger challenge here in central Indiana. So what people do is they say the house is not cooling down. So what do? They buy a bigger air conditioner. So Jack, you live in Old Broad Ripple. That's probably a 2-ton to a 2.5-ton system just from memory. So Jack says, I want it cooler in the house. So he buys a 3-ton or a 3.5-ton. Well, what happens is it cools it down really quickly. It pulls out what we call the sensible heat, but it leaves all that moisture in. So it's like you're walking into a wet carpet, or it's like you're walking in and you're smelling all of this stuff like a Florida swamp. It's just too humid. It's better to have an undersized air conditioner that pulls out more moisture than it is to be oversized to give you more cooling. So it's a real delicate balance, but always talk to your professional who designed the system. Now, Terry, yours was put in 12 years ago. It looks like you're going to get another opportunity here.
Yeah, that was my only upsetness.
The upsetness?
My upsetness came from when it's only 12 years old.
It should be
and
lasting
they cost so
long.
much money.
It
so
does.
why can't you figure this out?
Well, sometimes the system's overworked. Sometimes people don't take care of them. I can't believe you and David did not take care of it.
Well, no, we
No,
do. I mean,
you do take care of it.
You do
Yeah,
take care of
you
it. You
do.
buy the service agreement that says we're going
Absolutely.
to come every 6 months and change things and fix things
right.
and clean things, and you buy into that too. And it's just it's hard. It's hard, especially now whenever things just cost so much money.
Yeah,
you want things to last longer.
Yeah, that air conditioner is doing two jobs. It's removing heat by the use of compressed gas. Yeah. It's moving it to the outside. That's the outside condenser unit. That's just pulling off all the heat and dumping it in, letting the gas go back to a liquid, and then we send that back inside and cool the house. But it's also doing the removing of the moisture, and it's that removing of the moisture that is so important. So
You know what else I think too, Denny?
What's that?
I think that our weather, I feel like, and this is just maybe me, but I feel like our weather has gotten so extreme in different, whether it's hot. No, we have 90 degree days that actually feel like 100 or whatever, more of those, and more also bitter cold, that our furnaces are running longer in the winter
Exactly.
and in the summer. So you know what, furnace people, you got to make them better. Well, they got to keep up with it.
Here's the other thing. We discovered the setback thermostat. In the wintertime, we'll set it back in the evening, and maybe at night we'll put it to 65. And then during the day, we'll bring it up to 70 or 72. I hate setback thermostats, especially in the summertime. In the summertime, we've taken all day and we've removed all of that moisture from your system. Well, think of your house like a great big battery. It's absorbing moisture, it's absorbing heat, and if you set your thermostat back up at, like when you go to work, you're going to say, I'm going to move it up to 80 degrees. Well, you've lost a half a day of removing moisture. So when you come back and you set it down to 72, good luck. You're going to be miserable all night. I hate setback thermostats. Set
it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. Now, people will say, well, it uses too much energy. I'm telling you, I bought the air conditioner to be comfortable. I'm not going to be miserable and save energy. I'm already wasting energy with an air conditioner.
If you're setting it up and down, it's got to work that much harder to get it back up to the temperature you want it and drop it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, set your thermostat and leave it. And yes, I was an HVAC contractor. I let my license expire. I passed the test. I'm telling you, clinically, stop messing with your frickin' thermostat, you know? And, well, you know, husbands and wives already know. Well, somebody's going to get hot, somebody's going to get cold, and you fart around it with each other, and you yell at each other, and then somebody figures out how to lock the thermostat. Have you heard those stories?
Oh, yeah, but also that you can do it on your phone. So,
yeah.
you mean, now David can lock it.
Exactly. David's
from
messing
work,
with you.
You know,
and it's husbands that get mad, and they find this out. And as soon as the wife finds out that she's been locked out of the thermostat, oh
Don't
my God,
ever
it's
lock
like,
your wife out of anything.
oh hell no! It's like you
Ever.
take her name off the checking account.
Yeah.
She's mad, and it does not end well there. And I have been it was many years ago, but finally the husband admitted that he was messing with the thermostat because his wife was going crazy. I said, I think her name was Martha. I said, Martha, I'm sorry, somebody is messing with the thermostat. There's nothing you're doing. And finally, her husband came around the corner. Well, it was me. And it was that point I excused myself and left that because there was a lot of yelling at that. But and men, I will tell you this: your wife is always right. Okay, keep your hands off the thermostat. Wherever your wife is comfortable, that's where you want to leave it. For sure.
Good PSA.
It happens not only at home, it happens in the office environment. I mean, men and women are fighting over that thermostat in the office environment.
You have no idea. And older people are ruthless. Because, see, younger people sort of have a filter because they really don't want to go through a divorce. Yeah. Old people know nobody's leaving this marriage, you know, so they just start yelling and saying things, and then somebody can't hear, and it gets really ugly. So, I don't know. Yeah. I ought to write a book about the lessons of an HVAC contractor. All right, real quick, let's get one call before we go to our break. Let's talk to Jack. Hey, Jack. Hello, Jack.
Oh,
Jack
Went to the wind tunnel.
I guess so. All right, so we'll take Deborah.
Good. Thanks, Jack.
Jack number 2 is going under the name of Deborah. Deborah, are you there?
I am here.
Oh, good. What you got, Deborah?
Okay. I was in a rehab center for a while, and at my table when we were doing a craft, we were decorating Valentine's cookies.
Okay.
And, excuse me, there was a Mexican guy who I couldn't understand. There was a blind lady, and there was me, and there was a lady in her 80s who her husband would come in and say, honey, I'll help you. And she didn't do anything. He finally left.
These people aren't coming to our crafting after
so.
dark.
All right, Deborah. Where is this call going before I totally lose it on air?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay.
The aide that was helping eventually was taking everybody back to their rooms in their wheelchairs. So here, while she's gone, she's taken the blind lady gone. She's gone with the Mexican guy, and there's this 80-some-year-old lady and I sitting there. And this lady reached over and pulled a cookie off of a heart-shaped cookie off of my plate and put it under her paper plate. Well, when the aide took me back, I said, I want to tell you something. That lady stole my cookie. She goes, oh my gosh. I said, no, it's okay. I just want you to know there's more going on in that lady's head than you think.
Deborah, I thought Ron got the call today because he was getting married today.
No.
You get the call today, Deborah.
Okay,
Is there more?
Here's another thing that I did one time.
Okay.
I was at a vegan. Oh, they were giving everybody at the Oak Street Health a day out around whatever with some vegan food. Uh-huh. But it was outdoors, and there was a bee that came and fell into my little cup of like a dipping sauce.
Sure.
Okay.
I hope you helped it.
I took a napkin and helped it out, and then I sat there with napkins and wiped its little wings.
Oh.
Over until it flew away.
Oh, it's a happy ending
good
for the
story.
story.
Deborah, I didn't know where you were going with that one,
my
but we had our
gosh.
finger on the dump button for
You
sure.
bless your heart.
Denny, I'm the Deborah that texts you occasionally, and Terry, I'm the lady that got the Hooked on Phonics game from you 30-some years ago from
Oh
my
my
granddaughter.
gosh, of course. We
Can
used
you
to
still-
give those away. I
Can you
love
still
those
read,
games.
Deborah?
I can still read, and you know what? My granddaughter, her mother never used that Hooked on Phonics game, but my granddaughter writes the most beautiful stuff.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
Deborah, thanks for calling in. I think you've made everybody smiling here, even
Yep.
Ethan, and he's a grouch.
That's a
So
good story.
that's pretty cool.
Love a good story.
Hey, thank
If you have another crafting adventure, please call in and let us know. We
I
love
love it.
those.
Very funny.
They stole her cookie.
There's a lot of thievery
All
sometimes
right, Deborah,
in those
you take care of
retirement
yourself.
communities.
Stealing a
Well,
cookie?
you hear about it from time to time.
Oh, believe me, those retirement communities, assisted living, senior living
right?
communities, there is a lot of going on.
My mom
There's a lot.
loaned a tray to somebody once and had her name on the bottom. And Mom said, "Can I have my tray back?" And she goes, "That's not your tray. That's my tray." And so
No.
finally, this lady passed away, and her family found the tray and said, "Oh, she talked about you, and this has your name on it." Mom goes, "That's my tray, but your mom claimed it." So it's hard to say what goes on in some of those places.
Food, all kinds of stuff.
93 WIBC, 239-9393. We got Jack Phipps from Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. Got Terry Stacy, longtime broadcaster, one of the best there is. And sweet Allison from the Hammer and Nigel show, who actually started out with us. And we loaned her to Hammer and Nigel and never got her back. Well, we get her back once a week. We're all here for you. Give us a call, 317-239-9393. And we're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Great Saturday. Thanks for being a part of the show. We're with you every Saturday from 9 until 1 o'clock. Allison, next week, we get to be out in the heat amongst them with the Slaw Fest.
Yeah, 71st and Keystone, Pat's brainchild, the Slaw Fest, is coming back next weekend. I think it starts at 11. You can get your tickets online, but you can also get them at the door. And you pay a flat fee, and you can eat as much coleslaw as you want.
And it's good coleslaw. My favorite was always the Asian slaw, but
Yeah,
I've
they
come
have a
around.
spicy slaw. I know they have several new ones. They have like a peach pina colada one. They really do test it out. Actually, this week they had a tasting with several of the
Did you go
office
down?
girls. No, I didn't. But it was funny just to watch them all, taste and like judge the different
So
slaws.
Pat has the one that he sells every year, or he has the charcuter slaw.
Oh, that is his
Oh,
favorite
that's right.
thing, charcuter slaw.
I think we all have an issue with the name. We're all trying to change it to somebody. Kirsten that works in Sully's suggested slawcuterie.
Slawcuter.
Oh, no. See, that's
perfect.
sort of better.
And I like that then.
I do too.
I like
You won't be
their
able
slaw.
to change his mind though.
Is
Remember
he like
the
You stuck in his-
charcuter slaw? That's
We have
what I thought.
slaw wontons. We had slaw dogs.
Oh, the dogs are
They-
so
they-
good. And
So
then,
are
of
the
course, on
slaw
barbecue
wontons.
and
Slaw wonton. Now
It's
that
like a
was
crab- it's-
that was Joe's invention.
Yeah, it's a crab ragoon with slaw in it.
Slaw in it.
instead of the
So
crab,
good.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's the wonton with the slaw inside.
Yeah.
It's
So
a lot of
cream
fun.
cheese.
Really, come on out. It's really a festival for just worshiping cabbage. But it is a fun event. And if you haven't been there, there's always something going on. And there'll probably be the sale of the day.
Wait,
Hey.
before you take that call, Denny,
Okay.
I had a caller come in and ask. They wanted to know a little bit more about the AC.
Okay.
They wanted to know whether to keep it on automatic or to keep it on the fan and just have the fan running all the time.
Two-story.
That's a great question.
A two-story house, I always say leave it on all the time. A single story, you can go either way. When you keep the fan going all the time, you're moving the air. Remember that humidity is a gas. Water can become a gas. And if you keep it moving, then you can get more of the latent heat out of the house. But if it's a two-story house, always leave it on. If it's a single-story house that's got a good attic, that's well insulated, you can do whatever you want. But on is usually better in the summertime.
That's a good question. What about your ceiling fans?
Ceiling fans
Ceiling
are good.
fans seem to be helpful, but are you to move them counterclockwise in the summer?
Oh, hell, I don't know.
I think it's counterclockwise in the summer and clockwise in the winter.
Does that make a real difference?
Yes, it does.
That's my
What it
question.
does is the air gets stratified. It's called the chimney effect, and we go from very cool at the feet up to heat at the top. Now, in the wintertime, we'd rather have the heat at our feet. So you have to move it, and you just de-stratify is what you're doing. So we don't want the chimney effect in our house. We want it to be all the same. And the problem is our thermostats are normally set at chest height, anywhere from 48 to 52 inches. Well, it could be bloody hot, at 6 feet, and it can be freezing cold down at your feet. So keeping the air moving is really
I find in my house, my thermostat's in my dining room right in the center of the house, but it's not the best insulated house, so my bedroom will be hot, but then my dining room is 65.
Do you ever turn one of the I'm not setting you up, but you should not mess with turning off your registers in rooms that are too hot or too cold, or if you're trying to save energy. to heck with that.
So they're always open.
They should always be open.
No, because a lot of people have, and I do too, your different floors are different temperatures. And the newest thing that we got with this new HVAC is we have a mobile. It's like a little antenna, a little thermostat that you move to different rooms. I don't know what the purpose is. David probably does, but they want you. Now this seems to be the latest thing is you'd have a thermostat that you carry around with you.
Yeah.
It looks like an antenna.
Well, what I always remember is that I would go out and I was the HVAC salesman for several times. And I would go out and the guy goes, "I'm tired of the bedroom being so hot." And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "I want the bedroom cold." He says, "Especially in the summertime." I said, "That's great." So I look at her and I said, "Would you be willing to have more cooling in the kitchen if he can have more cooling in the bedroom?" And to diffuse it, because he doesn't give a crap about his wife who's in a hot kitchen all the time. So many times when we would up the air conditioning in a bedroom, we would almost always encourage them to up the air conditioning in the kitchen. And it saved marriages. I'll just say that. Men can be really nasty about their thermostat.
Well, you all have different.
It's a family thermostat.
We've got different skin. Men, you are thicker skinned.
Yeah.
Men have thicker skin than women.
Men are stupid. You got to learn to work around that. Okay. All right. So let's go out. We got George here who's got a question about something. Hey, George, how are you?
Fine, thank you. First time caller.
Yay!
You mentioned latent heat. That means hidden.
Yes, sir.
One thing, before water can boil, it has to go through a time and a temperature change. It's not measurable because it's called latent heat of vaporization.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. You know what we're learning now, George, is that we always thought that there was 3 stages of water. There was water as a gas. We called it just steam. There's water as water, and then there was water as a solid. Now we know for a fact that there are 3 more stages of water. And it's really incredible how that's being used as we move energy in and out. And one of my friends, Dr. Mick Glant, who normally listens to us on Saturdays, but GANS heat, gas is a nanosolid, GANS. It actually can be a plasma. And we know so much more about water, but that what you're talking about is the transition from water to a gas. But really good, George. Did you study that somehow?
I learned that when I went to Ivy Tech years ago to get my HVACR. I just retired about 20 years ago, and that always stuck with me.
Yeah, and that latent heat of vaporization. Yeah, good for you. George, thanks for calling in, okay?
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
You betcha. All right, we're getting ready for the speed round. Allison is playing the part of Pat Sullivan. She will introduce the speed round. It's coming up next. Room for your phone calls, 317-239-9393.
It's been a long 4 hours without our big toe, Pat Sullivan. We've talked marriage, thievery in nursing homes, HVAC, and Jack's Hole. And now it is time to answer your questions, lickety-split, but you just want to talk about your noodles, and that's okay. The Speed Round is brought to you by
Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, Indiana, the pride of Bartholomew County. Great pricing on Lazy Boy, Indiana-made Smith Brothers furniture. Mattresses made in Indiana. Of course, maintenance-free outdoor furniture with free delivery up to 75 miles. Allison, it's thompsonfurniture.net.
Who's ready for the Speed Round? All
right,
you can't handle it.
Let's get to it. Looks like first one up is Bonnie. She's been on the side. Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
Good morning, guys.
Good
morning.
What's up?
I think you said it's Flag Day. Okay, I have this bush, okay, and from the roots come these little sprouts, and you always said to clip and use something on it. Was it Roundup? I don't think that was it.
If you don't want it to spread, Jack, what do you think?
Was it, what bush did you say it was?
It's just a bush with red leaves. I don't know what it's called.
So sucker punch is what, if you have a little, sprouts coming up from the side, you'd want to clip it back and then paint over the little fresh cut with that product called Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
Oh, I like that.
Get them before
Sucker
they get
Punch.
big. Thank you, Bonnie. Next up, we've got Sandra, or Sandra. Sandra, how are you?
Good, about you guys.
Good.
And gals.
They're ladies. They're the best. All right, so what we got, Sandra?
Well, I've got a dogwood tree that I had put. I know I'm glad Pat's not there because he would scold me for this. I had put landscape fabric around it and then put mulch on top, and so I've decided to do away with the landscape fabric and go with a more natural covering of pine needle mulch. But what's happened over the years, the dogwood tree roots have come to the top while the fabric was across them. So what do I do now? And putting a deep layer of soil is not an option.
Yeah, so you really can't cover those up too much. You may want to find something like a little ground cover that could grow on top of those branches or roots that have come up. But it's going to be really hard you can't cover, with fresh dirt, or those roots will just starve.
So what has happened with the landscape soil? Is it starved it from something that has caused this type of where the fruit's higher and low?
I think it would just be taking all the nutrients out of the soil.
Oh, boy. Like wicking it out?
Yeah.
Yikes. Sandra, thanks for the phone call. Next up, we've got did we already talk to Frank about AC?
No.
No, Frank?
No, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hey, Frank.
Hello,
What's up?
Danny.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm all right, man.
Okay. I have a question. I listen to you all the time, so that's my first time I call.
Well, thanks for being brave. How can we help you, Frank?
Okay, I apologize for the English. I'm from another country, but I live in Indiana for 26 years, so I'm Frenchman. So I speak French, but I just apologize. I didn't speak English properly, so I want to try.
Oh, you
Frank, we're from Indiana. We talk to everybody,
and we love the accent.
It's
I love
very
the
nice.
accent.
Bonjour. How can we help you, Frank?
Yeah, I have a problem with my air conditioner. I live in Morgan County, Canby area, close to Moseville, Morgan County. That's where I live. The house is brand new. They built it for 6 years. So we have a problem for the air conditioner. It doesn't work. When we find out, they say that we need to replace the thing they call a TXV. So my question was, we've been in the house for only 6 years, the brand new house they built it. All the neighbors they built it. So what happened is CSV they need to replace it for $2,800.
Yeah, what about that, Danny?
Well,
this is again.
Frank, first of all, it's not my fault. Terry is just blown up because she's had to replace hers after only 12 years. And there are valves, there are metering valves within our refrigerant system. There are a lot of different issues. But what will happen is when you do this, people are going to ask you, well, what did I do wrong? How come I didn't? How come this is happening? And they can point back to you and they say, well, you didn't keep the outside unit clean. They can say you didn't change your filters. They can say that all of these things, whether that it was designed well or not, many times after 5 years, we really don't have many excuses other than teach me how to do better on the next one. So I would have a couple people come out and take a look and see what the real issue is. Why, if it's a TSV, transfer valve, whatever it might be, it could be. Do you know if it's a heat pump or if it's an air conditioner? There's a slight difference between the two. Do you know which one it is? It's just an air conditioner. Do you have gas furnace? Here, we'll go this way. What type of furnace do you have in the wintertime?
I think we don't have actually all the house electricity, so we don't have a gas.
Okay. Well, see what they're talking about. There is a transfer. There's a transfer valve that takes it from the heating cycle to the cooling cycle, and that valve has to slide easy. And if he's saying that has gone bad, that might be cheaper than replacing the whole system. But I always like people to get 2 quotes. So Frank, whoever your dealer is, go to somebody else, and there's lots of them that advertise on WIBC. There's a lot of really, really good ones. But just get a second opinion and then have them explain to you eyeball to eyeball. Don't try to do it over the phone. With a language barrier, it'll be helpful for you to see this face to face with the guy out in your face, okay?
Okay. So another question: How many months were you supposed to keep a filter? Is it 2 months, 3 months? How many months? The filter, change the filter.
Change your filter.
On the filter. Whenever they get loaded, do you know if it's 1 inch in diameter or 1 inch in width, or is it 2 inches? The wider it is, the longer you can go. If you just have the 1 inch filters, I tell people to change them every month. If you have 2 inch filters, you can go every 3 months. If you have 4 inch filters, you can go every 6 months. So it just depends on the width. Okay.
Okay.
Well, Frank, thanks for calling in. First time caller, you did pretty good, man. Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man.
You bet.
I've been listening to you. I've been listening to every day when I'm driving. I drive a truck, so I've been listening everywhere I go. Every day. Tony. I listen to Tony every day.
Oh, God bless you.
Guy, if you can listen to Tony every day. Now, we can't. We'll give you a horn honk. Thanks a lot, Frank. All right.
Love you, Frank.
How about that? Might be Frank. All right. Next up here, based on what I'm looking at, it's Southside Tom and the lovely Diane. Hey, Tom.
Hey, good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes.
And a couple quick comments. I do have a question. Ethan is the man. He is married to you, Indy graduate, like I am. And the hottest women are down here on the south side. Look at Katie.
I think he agrees with that.
Yes. He's smiling real big.
Yeah. We have a Miss America from that place. I mean, let's be fair about it.
Wow.
But, and she is a hot lady, but since I had my heart operation a few weeks ago, she's been a lot hotter. And she took the clapper out of the bell, so I can't call her like I used to. So
she took the clapper out of the bell.
Man, you were ringing the bell for your. Are you? All right. Here's what you can do. Get a whistle. Get a coach's whistle.
No, don't.
She'll take the little ball out.
Yeah, the little ball out.
She'll find a way, no matter what it is.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have a quick question here, but I'm going to add to the air conditioning thing. Thank you for having that. Ours blew up about a week ago. We're going to get a new one. It was 52 years old.
Oh,
so I don't know
man.
how
Terry's pissed at you right now. She only got 12 out of hers.
That's crazy. What can I ask you? What kind of what was it? Brand
General
name?
Electric.
General
Electric is name on it. And already my friend Carl that's going to replace it has the Smithsonian on the line right now. So hopefully
That's
we can give it to
amazing.
them.
You may have broken a Guinness Book of World Records with that one.
All right, real quick. What else you got, Tom?
Yes. We're talking about plants this morning. The wife and I, on an impulse, bought some tomato plants about a month ago or so, and they haven't been planted yet. One's in a big pot. The other one's in one of those little trays with 6 in them. Is there any special instructions for us to replant these, or can we repot them?
No, you're
I don't know
definitely.
which way we can go.
I would go ahead and repot them into something bigger, and then when you do, just make sure you bury that pot or that little seedling plant all the way up to that last set of leaves, because it'll root out all the way up the stem.
Good advice. Tomatoes are vines, and so the deeper we build that root system, starting right off, we're still going to get our fruit at the top. That's great advice. All right, looks like this might be the last caller of the day, and that's Randy. Hey, Randy, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
Good. What you got for us, Randy?
I've got a tree. It's about 20 years old, pretty good size, maybe 30 feet tall, 40. So pretty established tree. But at the base of the tree, I've got all those what I call finger roots or something. You know, they stick out, hard to walk on, cut grass on. They stick out about like 5 feet and maybe about 1 inch in diameter. Can I cut all those out?
20 seconds.
I want to say carefully, if they're bigger than 1 inch, I would not do it. If they're small, Jack, I'm looking at you. 3/4 to 1/2 inch, no question, you can cut those roots.
I would say, yep.
Yeah, if you get too much bigger, Randy, it's going to be some issues. All right, it's 93 WIBC.